Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible weekend. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today, my friend?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. Yeah, I'm doing good. Had a good, very busy weekend. Very active, doing all sorts of different things. So, sort of good for the week to start here. I can take a rest.
But a break from the weekend. I like it.
A break from the weekend, indeed. But it did get cold. My goodness, the weather was nice, around freezing points late last week and over the weekend until yesterday when it just dropped. It's like minus 20 out there now, and it's freezing. So, all right. So I'm glad to be happy and warm in here, looking at the markets.
Same here. As on Saturday, we were thinking about just already starting to fill up the pool. And then yesterday, we're like, wait a minute, back to coats and sweaters. It was cold, man. It was a swing of like 30 degrees. Yeah, I'm exaggerating for my Florida friends. But it was 58. It was 60. It was so good here, man. I was like, wow. And then yesterday, this morning, 20. So not fun. Okay. Quick look at our gappers list this morning, brought to you by tradingterminal.com, my friends. This list today, we're swinging back to the green side of things as a lot of things are coming up here, especially when it comes to Bitcoin. Trump mentioned something about some federal coin stuff and reserve, and look at this here. Everything crypto related is in the green today, because before the weekend, man, we might have talked about this period. They were taking a bit of a hit. So today they're taking over our gappers list this morning. I think they're back above 90. They were as low as 80. Yep. I'm not sure if it went any lower. But yeah, they're taking over our list today. There might be some other things on here, like SMCI. I do see Tesla, of course, some quantum stocks as well. We'll dive into all of that. But before we do that, Peter, let's get to our U.S. economic calendar, and then we'll come back to this list.
Yeah, so nothing right first thing in the morning, although we do have a couple of economic events happening later today with the S&P manufacturing PMI coming out at 9:45. At 10, we got construction spending and the ISM manufacturing, and we have one Fed speaker. Actually, the St. Louis Fed chair, who normally doesn't speak too much, speaking at 12:35 today. So that's about it on the schedule. As Carlos was pointing out, we do have a lot of Bitcoin movement here this morning. Probably got to its lowest point in the on Friday, as it went down as low as like $78,000, and did make a steady rise sort of Friday, sort of through the day Friday, and then over the weekend, big spike yesterday, and now it's up to hit a high of 95, sitting at about $93,000 for Bitcoin right now, which is what is largely floating all of these tickers higher. So that's one piece of news, and of course then there's all sorts of stuff coming out of the White House and interesting news, and we'll talk about some of the other stocks here, Carlos. It's a green day though, which is interesting after the red we were seeing last week. Definitely we're on the green side.
Yeah, things are feeling nice this morning. Take a quick look at the SPY on Friday. A nice comeback after Thursday's sell-off, right? So we had a nice sell-off, and not just Thursday. If you look at the last couple of days, the SPY has been getting a lot of selling pressure. And I'm actually surprised that Friday we bounced back here, given the tensions with President Trump and Zelensky there. But we had a bounce back day, and today we're in the green slightly. So we'll see if any of the geopolitical stuff creates some more movement for us here. Nevertheless, and aside from that too, we also had like the numbers didn't come out so great, right? There were numbers last week that did not come out as expected, and that also has added some pressure. So just a whole lot going on, and looking forward to see how these markets start this beautiful Monday. Back to our gappers list. We'll start. Let's talk about crypto, right? Obviously, the list is made up of a lot of Bitcoin crypto stuff here. MSTR in double digits right now, and a bunch of these doing pretty well. let's take a look at some of our favorites. We'll start with MSTR. I know that's one that people like to look at. Again, today we're up 13%, 1.3 million shares traded. I might put this on my list alongside with like a Mara or Coin are typically the ones that trade very well for me. Coin and Mara, they go back and forth on which one I actually like. I'll just look at today, and it looks like they're both very similar. So maybe I'll take Mara today on this one. So Peter, anything else to add? Again, we kind of spoke about it a little bit. That's what our list is heavily made up of this morning. I'm going to put MSTR on my main list, Mara on my secondary. What are you doing this morning with this event?
You know what? I'm probably not actually going to be looking at this space. I think it's going to calm down like it usually does during the market hours and not be tradable. So honestly, I think I'm going to be watching other things. We got a lot of other stuff that's sort of interesting with some news on the list that we can take a look at. So.
Gotcha. I'm going to add MSTR here to my main, and then I'm going to add Mara to the secondary. And yeah, we'll see how these make out today. So Mara's going to be right on there as well. All right, let's take a look at the rest of the gappers list this morning. Acorn, ACON. So a Clarion Inc. I don't think I've ever seen this one, but we are up this morning 86%. It's a lower price stock, so you're getting a big movement this morning. About 15 million shares traded. Unfortunately, hard to borrow with Interactive Broker, so we can't short this thing. But yeah, lower price stock making some moves now. It does have a wild daily, as you can see, and look here. It's been up quite a bit in the past. It's had some days where it ran pretty well. The float on this is very small. I'm showing is that 300,000 maybe. But yeah, I don't like it, Peter. Any news? Any reason why we should watch this one?
Yeah, it might even be 30,000 depending what you look at. I don't know. It's crazy. Crazy low float. They do have some news, though. For such a small company, it's news for them, and they're poking at all the hot spots here. So it's a biotech. It's sort of like Biotech Monday. But they're saying that they're using AI algorithms to help identify sources of chronic back pain, and have signed a new agreement with a company out of San Diego, sorry, to reach more customers. So good news for them this morning. Yeah, not something that I'm likely to spend any time looking at.
Yep, same here. We'll move on to the next one. BTCT. Okay, more Bitcoin stuff. Let's look at this one. GRRR. Yeah. GRR. For what I remember, this doesn't trade very well, but let's take a look today. 28% up this morning. We are 1.6 million shares traded. Pre-market activity just started going at 8 a.m. Peter, what's driving the action today?
They've signed a $1.8 billion agreement with the government of Thailand to support their smart grid and AI-powered energy transformation initiatives. So big contract for Gorilla Technology here, and that's why we're seeing it move up. I don't know what to expect out of this. Like you said, in the past, we have looked at it once or twice in the past, and it has not really traded well. But it feels like this is big enough news. It could be the day for Gorilla Tech to move. I mean, 1.6 million shares so far. The price action in the last half an hour looks good enough that it might be interesting. I don't know what to expect, so might be worth watching just to see what happens.
Yeah, that type of news does make it interesting, given how it's moving. But again, we've seen this one before, not trade very well. But maybe today could be their day. I'm not sure. I'm on the fence on it. Maybe I'll come back to it. I'll put in a secondary. I'll come back to it. Let's see how else this list develops here based on what we got going on. I mean, again, the list's pretty much heavy on crypto right now, but let's see what else we can pull off here. So back to the trading terminal list. I'm going to go down here. We're going to skip this. It's all Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. BBAI might not be. BBAI. This one here, Big Bear AI. Okay, yeah, we've seen this ticker plenty of times. I really don't like the way it day trades. I mean, I think it's very choppy. I think it's hard to read the price action. We've seen it a couple of times on our list. So I'd rather watch something else like a Tesla that's further down the list. It's SMCI, PLTR. I think they're going to be more fun than this one, Peter. I'm not sure if you have anything to share, or do we move on from here?
Yeah, I don't have any news, but I agree with you on how it trades.
Yeah, so not great one. Intel is making an appearance here. INTC. We'll see what's happening with this one. We're up 5.8 this morning. The daily for many of you have told me it's been trading very well. So yeah, a lot of people in our community have been watching this one over on YouTube. So hopefully you guys continue to crush this one. Today they're up 6%, 5.4. Peter, looks like a pop that might be catalyst related. Right at 6 a.m. this morning.
Absolutely. They did have some news this morning. So we talked about Intel in the past and how they are sort of one of the few, if not the only, major chip manufacturer that still had onshore manufacturing capability in the US. And that's becoming a bigger deal, of course, as the situation in I guess becomes less certain in Taiwan. And the U.S. has said that they potentially would invest and support the industry to bring some chip manufacturing back onshore. Now, if that's the case, then Intel is one of the companies that's well positioned, but they need to expand their business model. So two things have happened. One, they've suggested they're going to actually split off their foundry services, and it sounds like they're looking to try and establish it sort of like a Taiwan Semiconductor, right, where they manufacture for everybody. So if they had an independent foundry system, that would split off from Intel, then other companies could use that to manufacture their chips. They have some interest. Some of the big players, including Broadcom and, of course, NVIDIA, have said that they are going to investigate and test out the foundry services that Intel can offer. So no commitment to actually use it yet, but the fact that they're testing it out is, of course, big enough news that it's going to move this stock. And because they haven't split it off yet, so if they do split it off, then we'd have to see, would the new entity be publicly traded? What would that split look like? But, anyways, that's just a rumor. Right now, Intel owns that, so Intel stock is going to move. Now, that's the good news. On the downside, they have announced that they are two manufacturing plants that they're investing in Ohio have been delayed, and that they are not likely to sort of be active until 2030. And this is another thing that we've talked about that we have to keep in mind, right? No matter what the administration says about investing, and that's good, right? The CHIPS Act that they talked about and different things that they were looking to put in place. It takes a long time to stand up manufacturing capability, especially in semiconductors. So, Intel's been building those Ohio plants or manufacturing facilities for a number of years, and, pushing back to 2030 just shows, the lead time. Like this is yeah, big investment, right? Billions of dollars of investment and a lot of time to get it set up. So, but overall, still good news for Intel, right? And I think we're going to see this stock move. Feels like it's in play for today, Carlos.
Yeah, it could be interesting. Maybe on a secondary here. I mean, it doesn't treat me well. I gotta say, Intel has not been treating me all that nice. It's doing better for a lot of other people, but not me. But yeah, worth at least putting on a secondary because I do like what you're saying there and how that could affect this ticker. Maybe when the big volume comes in, it does already have 5.4 million shares traded. Again, they're not shy to trading heavy volume. If you look at the daily here, they're doing close to 80, 90 million a day, right? In some cases, even higher. You can see here when they move in one direction. I mean, they can really get going well above 100 million there a day. So let's see. We'll have it on our list here. All right, and back over here, I'm going to hop around a little because there's a lot on the gappers list. I'm going to look at some areas. I do see quantum stocks here, QBTS. I do see IonQ and also RGTI. So let's take a look at those. By the way, if you guys missed it on, was it yesterday? I saw it yesterday. Brian's recap, right? Brian's recap for the week. Really great stuff on there. So definitely don't miss it. He puts a lot of good work with his review and also his swing trade ideas that he has on there. And he spoke about Rigetti and some other ones. So yeah, definitely take a look at that. It's available. I think it's on our trainterminal.com. If you go to options, you click on his opinions, you click on his name, it comes right up. RGTI this morning, we're up 2.8, 1.5 million shares traded. I mean, I don't see anything exciting here really. I know there's gapping up. They got some volume, but I don't see anything great as far as intraday trading. QBTS, I don't see anything great in this one either. And let's look at IonQ. I think it's gapping up probably the most today. 5.1 with 959,000. So right now, not seeing anything great. IonQ on the daily looks the most interesting because we're dropping here. Maybe we can get a bounce back to 34, 36 if we can get going on this, but not seeing anything explosive, Peter. How about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, there's always little bits of news. Like on Thursday, there was news about Rigetti partnering with a company called Quanta, which is based out of Taiwan. They've each agreed to commit a bunch of money to develop, and I love they make up terms. They're agreed to invest money to accelerate the development and commercialization of superconducting quantum computing in full stack quantum classical computing. Quantum classical? Anyways, or whatever. They are each investing over $100 million each, and they're going to continue their development jointly. So yeah, but I don't really see, like, that was Thursday news. I don't see news for today. It could be that they're just moving off of speculation. People, the quantums just seems to have grabbed people's attention. So whether Jensen Yang intended it or not, Huang, anyways, the CEO of NVIDIA, it's almost like his comments reinvigorated the industry, even though they were sort of negative against the industry, saying that they're way off into the future. It created all sorts of conversations, and they continue to leverage it. So it's almost like at the beginning of every week, quantum, pops up a little bit, and then it sort of fades off over the course of the week, and then one day it pops back up again. So here we are, popping back up. And Rigetti, once again here with 1.5 million shares. Doesn't look that interesting, I have to admit, Carlos. None of the others look that interesting in how they're moving. So I think that we got other sectors that are probably going to be more fun.
Yeah, I agree. I know they got an event coming up. I think this month. Some kind of expo, so that should be fun. I think some of these will be presenting there, and we'll see what comes out of that. All right, let's do two more that I know are going to be mentioned. It's going to be POTR and Tesla, and then we'll hop around here. So let's take a look at POTR this morning. This one has been very, very active. I do like the bounce that we're getting here today. We are up, guys, 3.6 on this one, 2.5 million shares traded. If you look at the daily, it struggled a lot over the last couple of days, right? Kind of closing this gap down, right? To completely cover that. And on Friday, on last trading day, we had a nice bounce back. And today, hopefully some momentum towards the upside, maybe 93, the previous high here. So I do like it. I will be adding POTR to my list. I think it looks very good today. It's got amazing volume. Peter, anything to add on this one?
Not really. I didn't see any news on it. It doesn't look like there's really anything new out there. So it's just moving on its way.
Yeah, definitely moving here. We'll add it to the list. Looks very, very active. And again, maybe an overreaction, Peter, because again, we know this just started going down based on contracts possibly or spending being reduced, but no specifics on how it's going to affect POTR. And I don't think we've seen that. If anybody has to send it to me. So maybe no reaction on this. So we'll put it on the list. It looks good for today. Let's take a look at another one that's been getting hammered, Tesla. I mean, these guys have just been getting destroyed here. As Brian would say, all the humanity. We are up today, though. The last two trading days getting a little bit of a relief. So we're up 2.8 on this one, 4.1 million shares traded. Many people think there's more downside to come on this. So we'll see. But for us traders, this one's a lot of fun, Peter. We're getting the volume, we're getting the movement. And when the stock is moving like this, there's just plenty of opportunities for everyone. So we'll be on my list. Anything you like about Tesla today?
Tesla just keeps moving. I mean, I just like the way it's always active. It's certainly been on a downturn over the last couple of months, but Friday was not a bad day again in terms of its movement, and maybe it can capitalize on that and continue to move higher, as we said, above 300 again. So that's good news for Tesla. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Look, it's in play. So why not play it?
Yep, absolutely. Definitely in play. Will be on here. And I missed one actually. This one is also another one that I see you guys mentioning is on our list as well in the gap up, which again, I think continues to grow. Every time I scroll down, I feel like it goes longer and longer. SMCI, right? It's another one that also has been on our radar quite a bit. Today, they are up 3%, 2.2 million shares traded. I think this will be good to watch as well. So I'm going to throw this one on my main list. Again, I might switch things around, but I think these four are a great way to start the Monday. And we haven't even looked at what Peter likes and what you guys like. So I hope to pick up some more there. So yeah, Peter, let's go to you. What do you like as far as gapping up this morning?
Well, one of the ones that I was looking at was Hood, Robin Hood. They seem to be in play a little bit this morning, and they've been making moves into different markets. One of the things that a couple of articles talking about this weekend is their move into portfolio management. So this would be sort of individual sort of portfolio management, and quoting, they've sort of talked in the past about their move into this segment, quoting a Merrill Lynch report that says over the next 2 decades, there's an expectation that there's going to be a record amount of money movement from the hands of retirees or frankly older parents dying and transferring it to their children to the tune of about $84 trillion worth of wealth transfer. And Robinhood is saying that they believe that wealth transfer is going to be significant not only in the dollar amount but in its investment perspectives. So you can imagine most of that is in with older individuals who would have a more traditional view of investing. Robinhood believes that their portfolios will change and they'll be looking for more aggressive and different types of investments, and that they're trying to set themselves up as one of the de facto, sort of go-to agents that you could trust to invest your inheritance with. So we'll have to see what happens on that front. It's a sort of an interesting perspective and certainly a big marketplace. But Robinhood, we're worried about how it's going to trade in the short term, not what's going to happen over the next couple of decades. And I do think it's well positioned. They've been making a lot of the right moves. I mean, last week we heard about the SEC investigation being dropped against them, just completely dropped, right? So that sort of says that for the short term, anyways, they're a little bit out of the woods on that front and they're free to run their business. They've been expanding, of course, into crypto as well as the trading business that they started in. So I think Robinhood's well positioned over the long term. Now, from a trading stock, it could be tough. If you look at the daily, it doesn't look bad. It sort of looks like it'd be a good movement, but intraday, when you watch it, I find it tough to trade. So I'm finding it, it's getting more interesting, but it's not yet to the point where I'm ready to put it on my list every day. But I might watch it today just because it feels like it's moving more than average so far this morning.
Yeah, I like Hood, man. I wish they trade better so I can trade more often. I like the company. I like what they did for us as traders. I mean, single-handedly pushing everyone to provide free trading because they were, people like Schwab, TD Ameritrade at that time, they were all losing clients left and right. People were going to Hood just to get free commissions, right? If you're not actively trading like we are, it doesn't matter what platform you use. You don't need immediate fills, to the penny. If you're just investing long term. And they did a great job, man. It forced a lot of people, interactive brokers, all these big guys to kind of go zero commission or at least provide a service of zero commissions for traders. So I like these guys, but man, they're tough to trade. Gonna put them on a secondary and let's hope that we can get something going here. But they're up nicely. Pre-market action is looking great. Today's the day. Let's stay positive. Today's the day where Hood is going to trade amazing for Peter and I, and we're going to take advantage of it. All right. Anything else, Peter, as far as gapping up?
There's a lot of stuff on the list, so you can pretty much pick anything that you want. I'm watching the semiconductor sector overall. We had that news on Intel, which is good, which is moving Intel. I noticed that NVIDIA is the only one that's red on the list. Not exactly sure why, but it's not red by much. So that can very easily turn around at the open, as it often does. NVIDIA loves to sort of jump up, especially, in the mornings. So, I think we need to keep an eye on that entire sector. And then almost all of the Magnificent Seven stocks are green, with the exception of Apple. So I know we're talking about the gap up list, but Apple is it's sort of just under the break-even line from Friday, or the close on Friday. But it's sort of interesting to me that Apple is sort of a laggard this morning, and it feels weak to me. So I think I might keep an eye on it just to see what happens. But yeah.
Yep,
Is it?
absolutely. All right, cool. As far as gapping down, there's only two on here. Actually, there was two. I thought I saw another one. Can't remember the ticker name, but there's Lee. Let's look at Lee again. Lee is just it's on here every time, every day. I mean, it's just always either gapping up or down, and you can tell just by this daily charts, how much it's been moving. But look at the big moves. If you look at it closely, right, they're all happening after hours. So look at how small this day is, less than $1. Same thing here, less than $1 move. The big moves are all happening within after hours or post market or pre market, right? We're not getting those nice moves in the actual intraday. So for us, it doesn't mean much, right? We're down to say 7.6 already, but if we're gonna move a couple of cents up and down, it just doesn't become tradable. So I don't know what to think on this one. I would love to have it on my list. I would love to get a play on it. I just don't think it's gonna give it to us. So for that reason, I'm just not gonna put it on here. So there it is. XBET was the other one. Just popped up on the list. We'll take a look here. So XBET as well, down 4.7. Peter, both EVs, both Chinese. Anything going on there?
No, I don't see any news out of the EV sector, really. I mean, these things, like you said, they tend to move outside of the market action that we watch. So I don't think they're worth keeping an eye on. There's much more interesting things onshore we can look at, and I think you'd be wasting your time, to be honest.
Yeah. Again, wish they could trade better, but I'm with you there. All right, that covers gap up and gap down. Peter, as far as gapping down, anything that maybe we haven't talked about yet?
I noticed Fubo was gapping down a little bit this morning, a little bit above average volume, but then I looked at the actual chart, and it's just ugly. I don't know where that volume is coming from, but I don't really see it in the actual trading volume. But it was in the news last week, so I thought, oh, well, maybe this will be interesting. But I don't know. It doesn't really look like it. The other one that caught my actually I already mentioned it. I mentioned Apple because Apple was gapping down. But yeah, that's it. Pretty much everything is up. A lot of green this morning. So we'll see what happens. I mean, we all have to keep in mind, right? No matter what's on our gapper list this morning, that can change radically over the course of the day. And this weekend, it seemed to me all the news was about what's happening with Doge. What's Elon doing? What's Trump saying? What's the fallout and sort of the repercussions, maybe I should say, from that Zelensky Oval Office meeting that they had. That of course is getting all sorts of conversation. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen next. As usual, the Trump White House has a lot of stuff happening, and you just never know what the next talking point is going to be, right? Will be more about investing in the semiconductor sector in North America? Will it be about what Doge is doing next? Will it be about international relations? Will Trump have an interest in acquiring another territory somewhere in the world? I mean, will it be about tariffs? Like, I feel like this weekend was the least I heard about tariffs in 3 weeks. So, who knows, if and when that comes back. So the point is that you've got to be very well aware of the news, and you really need to stay on top of it. One of the things we provide all of our members as part of a Bearable Trading membership is the access to the Benzinga news. And I know that I and a lot of our moderators keep it open all day because you just want to know, like, if the market starts to move suddenly, I usually flip over and say, okay, what's the news, right? Did some news come out on anything that might be causing it? Because usually we don't know the cause, unfortunately, until after the market starts to move. But you want to stay on top of these things because really the biggest movers of the market are often these news events, especially in this geopolitical environment. So we'll see what happens. I'll be keeping my eye on it, and I'll be ready for anything.
Yes, absolutely. All right, Tesla. Yes, we have it on deck. Let's go to you guys. See what you guys like this morning. Hopping over here, XPEF we did look at, so that's good. So throw your tickers on. We can check what you guys got going on. Over in our chat, I don't see any tickers. I do see minions. What else we see here? Okay, nothing else. All right, how about over on our YouTube chat? NVIDIA, someone did mention NVIDIA. I do like NVIDIA. I initially, and Peter did mention, I didn't add it on right away, but yeah, it's one to watch. I mean, 6.4 million shares traded. I can definitely put this on my list here. I would have liked to find something else, but again, NVIDIA, it's I don't know how well it's going to trade, right? It could be very, very choppy here as it tries to decide what's next. It already had two really big days. Nice sell-off on Thursday, recovery on Friday, and struggling today to stay in the green, just slightly in the red this morning. So let's see if there's any kind of continuous sell-off on this one. So we'll see where it goes. Let's take a look at XPEF. We did look at already. I think that's it. Anybody else? Coin level 2. Yeah, all the Bitcoin stuff is in play. As I mentioned earlier, if you look at our gappers list, it is just completely filled with Bitcoin based on the president's comments there. So Bitcoin was kind of struggling because they've been waiting for Trump to do something on it, and he finally says something on it, and that's obviously treating them very, very well this morning. But yeah, so I got two. I got MSTR when it comes to Bitcoin, and I also have Mara, and then Hoodis also has his own news, but as well, they're also involved with crypto, with Bitcoin as well. So we'll see where it goes. All right, unless there are any other tickers, guys, we'll go straight to community events and announcements, give you what's happening for this week. You can always look at tradingterminal.com. Well, no, not for that. For the webinars, bearbootraders.com, excuse me. So bearbootraders.com, head over to webinars, and right here you can see what's coming up for the next 2 weeks. So we're just going to scroll down. We're going to focus on this beautiful Monday and let you know what's happening today. Peter, you're on mute.
I am on mute talking to myself.
Gotcha.
All right.
There you go.
So, welcome to Monday, everybody. And I'm back to my old tricks. For some reason, every time I start this, I'm on mute and I forget. Okay, we got 3 webinars for you today, or 3 different opportunities for learning. I mean, there's opportunities for learning all day, but 3 structured opportunities that we provide you. Let me start chronologically. And we have 2 sessions, both at noon and 1 o'clock. So noon is with Brendan to talk about the DAS Trader Pro setup. It's really an opportunity to sort of get tips and tricks on how to use DAS. It's a great platform. A lot of traders use it, but it's not always easy to find all of the things in it. In fact, just last week, we were talking about different functionality on how to set limits so that it can automatically sort of stop you out, or if you sort of hit your stop loss targets. I didn't know where that was. I got some education. Megan educated me, so that was good. So you can always learn something new about DAS, not how long you've been using it. That happens at noon in the onboarding room, and that's for all members. Now, at 1 o'clock, we have something for our Peak Capital Bootcamp members. This is for anyone that's joining a future bootcamp. We've been running this series at 1 o'clock. It's a way to just understand, how do I get started? How do I get ready for that bootcamp? Because it's pretty intensive. Once it starts, there's a lot of stuff coming at you. So you can prep for that and get yourself ready. So we encourage everybody to join. Again, you'll only have access if you've signed up for a bootcamp. Any future boot camp, that's at 1 o'clock. It's in the Google Meet room. Again, go to pcapitaltrading.com and you can find out about how to join boot camp or where to go for this meeting. Go to your dashboard. You'll see it in there. Anyways, the Google Meet room. And then tonight we have our onboarding class at Bearable Traders. That class happens at 8 o'clock every Monday. Carlos leads that, and it's really an opportunity for anybody that's new or wants a refresher on how to get started in trading, right? How do I get myself going in this? How do I make sure I maximize the value of my membership with Bearable Traders? You can go there and take advantage of that. Again, it's for all members. That's once again in the onboarding room at 8 o'clock tonight. As Carlos mentioned earlier, if you want information on the markets, tradingterminal.com sponsors part of this pre-market show. We get our scanners from there. We recommend you check it out. Not only do they have lots of free information, there's lots of information in the academy where there's learning opportunities, some free, some paid. So check it out. Go to tradingterminal.com and you can check that out. So, all right, everybody, let's set some levels. We're doing good on time here. It's a relatively late morning, right? While it's all green, it all came in some big buckets. So we'll set some levels on a couple of things and get ourselves ready for live trading, which on YouTube takes us through noon. In the chat room is all day as always.
Yep, absolutely. Let's hop on over here, guys. So my list right now, let me make sure my banner is updated. I'm just going to add NVIDIA here, and that should be the last one on the list. I have MSTR, POTR, Tesla, SMCI, and NVIDIA on deck. So let's start with MSTR this morning. Again, we're up 14% on this one, so we are moving nicely. High of the pre-market, 295.39 on this one towards the bottom. The low of the pre-market, I'm showing 282.31, so right over here. All right, 282.31. There we go. We'll get it. Towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last two trading days, doing an amazing job. This would not need to add anything else. And if we look towards the top here, we're gonna have a great level right over here, 320.87. So 320.87. You got a lot of support happening there, right? So that looks great. And then slightly before we get going, there's actually a decent level, 304. 304.35-ish, right? If you look at this here, I'm going to draw a line for you guys as well. You do have a couple of days slamming into that, so definitely a place you want to have a 304, 304.01. You can see that there on the daily. A couple of times we used that as support, a little bit of resistance there, but not much. I think it's worth noting, even these couple of days here, it's just kind of closing and opening right around that area. So I think that'll be something if we can get going. So again, MSTR looking good, as was many other Bitcoin plays this morning. PRTR is next towards the bottom. Plenty of levels, highs and lows for the last two trading days. I mean, this thing has moved quite a bit in the last couple of days, and it's been a lot of fun. Great volume. Today we're seeing some strength in it at the moment. At least we're up 4.2. Our high of our pre-market is being created right now at 88.50. We'll slam one there. We might need to move that. But right now, I do like that level, because if you look at this daily here, you got a couple of days kind of slamming into that as well. So might as well keep that there. Even if we go higher, we can always mark a new pre-market high. The next level I see within these levels is going to be 91.74. Got a couple of days using that there as well. So 91.74 is a good area for POTR. And then once you do that, I think you're pretty set here. I mean, it'll be a lot to get to Thursday's highs if we can move that there that much. That'll be nice. That we can look at other levels within this gap up that we had, right? So we got this nice little gap up, but you got a couple of days here that you can mark as well. So that's POTR. Looking at Tesla, showing some strength today after continued sell-off last week. Only Friday was somewhat in the green there. 304.42 is the high of the pre-market on Tesla, and then towards the bottom, the highs and lows and the pre-market low. I mean, they're really all just slamming into all the levels on here. So you got plenty of stuff. You got the previous day close as well in there. I don't think you really need to add any more levels. There's plenty towards the bottom there. If we do get going, we'll have to look on the daily here. Let's take a look. There's no really great levels. Like if you look at November, if you look at February here, there's no great daily levels before we get to 326.55. That's the one that has the most touches. Anything else before that is there's not really significant amount of support and resistance for us to really mark down. We had a nice little sell-off going into that day here, this one here, and then from there we didn't really set any great levels. So 326.55 is the next best thing I have, but be on the lookout for whole dollars as well. SMCI bouncing back a little bit here. Someone asked me if there's an ETF for SMCI. I don't think there is, like a leverage ETF. I'm not sure if they're big enough. I think a lot of these leverage ETFs are for really big companies. I could be completely wrong, but for example, I know Tesla has one, NVIDIA has one. Usually when I hear about these leverage ETF are really big companies, right? So I don't think these guys have one, but there might be something from as far as tech that can be more leveraged, right? Not just specifically SMCI. So there might be something else you could trade if you want to trade this sector. SMCI high of the pre-market 43.33, a good level there. And if we zoom out a little bit towards the bottom, just in case we do change directions here, we're going to mark down 36.36 is a good one. And then towards the top, we do have an area around 47.75, and then you have your highs and lows, providing you with good levels here towards the top. Previous day close, slamming into right where the low of the pre-market is, just off by a couple of cents there. Let's look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA also had a really couple of extreme days, Thursday and Friday. Today, not doing a whole lot, just barely in the red, just below the previous day close there. 123.06 is the low of the pre-market at the moment. And if you look towards the bottom, you got the last two low trading days low there are doing a good job. 120 and as low as 116.45 on Tesla. I mean, we dropped from some pretty numbers there last week. And then towards the top, in case we do get going on the daily, we got a great level here at a 127.66. And then another area also at 131.50 for NVIDIA, excuse me. I think I might have mentioned Tesla, but NVIDIA. All right, other than that, guys, we're set. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the list looks really good. Looking forward to these. I think they got great volume and hope to get even more action when the market opens here and we get the heavy volume. Let's take a look at what our team is watching over at Bear with Trader's chat room. Peter, take us through that.
Yeah, actually, and sorry, I was just we got a question here in the room. I thought this was an interesting one, just because it's they said, "Hey, rookie question. When I go long, I want to hit the bid or the ask." Same question on the short. Well, it is actually a good question, because I mean, ideally, when you're going long, you'd love to hit the bid because it's the lower price, so you get a better entry price. When you're going short, you'd love to hit the ask, right? Because then you get a higher price, which means it's better for you if you think the stock's going to go down. The reality is it's probably going to be the other way around, right? You usually get the worst available price because we're at the tail end of the spectrum, so you don't often get the best fills. But the reality is, you get what you get. So this is why we look at the spread a lot, and if the spread's only a penny or two, then it shouldn't matter, right? If the spread's $1, then it matters significantly, but it all depends on how big of a move. So keep that in mind, because you almost always have to overcome the spread the second you enter a trade. So it is a good question. It's just one of those that you don't get familiar with until after you've been trading for a little while. All right. I want to give our moderators some time to get their lists in. It seems like they're a little sleepy out there this morning. Get your lists in, mods, so that we can talk about it. The other thing I wanted to mention, guys, it's now March, which means this is the month of the world's largest trading summit happening in Vancouver at the end of this month. We're very excited to host this and put it on. It's going to be a fantastic 3-day event. We have so many activities and things happening. I can't even list them all, right? We have trading symposiums. We have time with traders. We have social events. We have a TEDx happening in there. We've got personal performance sessions. It's all about trading in a holistic fashion, because our philosophy here at Bearable Traders is about trading for a living and doing it over the long term. And it's not about getting rich quick. It's about understanding, how do I manage myself effectively to be a good trader over the long term. And you know what? I mean, we kept saying before, like, it's almost a month away. It's now less than a month away. So if you haven't bought your ticket, buy it while you can. It's going to be a fantastic event. It's happening right at the end of the month, March the 29th to the 31st, and we are very, very much looking forward to it. The entire team. So no matter who you like here amongst our team, we're pretty much all going to be there in Vancouver for this event. So hopefully we will see you there as well. It's always a great opportunity to meet people face to face and have some real sort of live conversations. And yeah, we're not AI bots. We're real. You can poke us. Well, don't poke us too much, but poke Carlos. But the rest of us,
poke anyone but Eamon. Don't touch AI man. That's the only person you cannot touch. Man? Everybody else, we're touchable. It's okay, but AI man, don't poke him.
Yeah, don't poke that. All right. Anyways, hopefully we'll see you in Vancouver. It's a lot of fun. Like, it is a lot of fun. I know that for us that are helping coordinate it, it's exhausting, but it's so very rewarding. So I love the event. Hopefully we'll have the opportunity to see you in Vancouver. So go to bearabletraders.com. You can find the I think it's /summit, and you can find the information on it. And hopefully it said consider joining us in Vancouver. All right. That being said, let's take a look at what our moderators are watching. We'll get their lists going here for you. I'm going to start with who's in first. Jared, he's going to be watching MSTR, Mara, Tesla, GRRR, and AMD. Thor's going to be watching Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, and NVIDIA. Nathan's going to be watching MES, MNQ. So you can tell he's trading his contracts, and then of course the Magnificent Seven. I'm going to be watching my usual AMD, Tesla, and NVIDIA, and I'm going to be watching Intel, Hood, and GRRR. I Can't believe it's a day where I'll actually be watching Intel, but I will just to see what it does. I'm hoping that it stays in play and we can get some good trading. Mike is going to be watching Tesla and, of course, the scanners. He always keeps an eye on the scanners and usually finds one or two good trades every day off of it. So that's good. Megan's going to be watching Hood, Apple, MSTR, and Tesla. And Brian just came in with his list, keeping it tight, watching Tesla and Meta. So that's what we've got from our moderators so far. You can see Carlos's list at the bottom here, where he's watching MSTR, PLTR, Tesla, SMCI, NVIDIA, Mara, Intel, GRRR, Hood. I should just call it GR. Grr. We'll all know what.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's what we got, guys. I think today's going to be a good day. I've got high hopes. I don't know why. I'm feeling very, very positive in life today. So hopefully that'll translate into my trading. And we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely. Same here, Peter. It's a good Monday so far. So just to recap, we got some really great stocks here that are moving. Bitcoin, a lot of noise there in our gappers list brought to you by tradingterminal.com. So again, take your favorite pick. I mean, they're definitely in play today. It's just all about, are we going to get the movement? Because many times we see these stocks in play here. A lot of the movement happens in the weekend, like we saw, and then during the week we don't get much. But let's see today. Today might be different, but be ready for them to be choppy and not give you a whole lot of movement. So just be mindful of that. And one of the rules I have is that if I get stopped out 2 to 3 times on one ticker, then I don't trade again no matter what. It's just I'm out of sync with the stock, right? So have some safeguards where you realize that I'm just not reading the price action correctly. Something you're not in sync with the market, and just kind of stop trading, right? So that's important. MSTR moving higher here, looking pretty good. And again, you could pick your favorite out of those. Quick look at the SPY as we wait for our moderators, not our moderators, our Andrew and Brian to jump in here and take us to the live open. SPY right now is pretty much flat, a little bit of green, not much going on, but we'll see how this ends today. Should be exciting.
Red in the chat room is asking any reason why coin is not on our list. I'll tell you, Red, normally my experience has been that coin doesn't trade all that well. It is one of my go-to when I'm watching the sort of Bitcoin sector, the cryptocurrency sector. But I don't, like I said earlier, I don't keep an eye on it very often, and I don't think today is going to be anything special, so I'm not watching it. The volume pre-market is fairly low. Like, coins in play when it gets about 1.5 million shares by this point in the morning, and we're about half that, right? We're sitting at about 800,000 shares traded. So for me, it sort of doesn't look in play, so it's not something I'm going to be keeping a close eye on. That's my reasoning anyways.
Yeah, and coin for me, I don't have it on my list because Mara has 3.6 million shares traded, right? So it has way more. And if you want something higher price, MSTR is on my list, and that one has 1.9 million shares traded, up 14%. So to me, that's big numbers. I think that's going to be better than coin. But I do go back and forth between coin and Mara, right? But today, given the way MSTR is looking right now, I think that one looks much better than coin. At the moment, and then Mara's volume is worth looking at, also 12%. So I think these two, out of all of them, got the best numbers right now. So we'll see, especially MSTR, guys. I mean, 15% is a lot for this ticker. So looking forward to that one. So yeah, but again, if you like coin, if you feel that that's the one, put it on your list. That's the least of my favorite, given the other two. So. Anything else we haven't looked at? We looked at Tesla. We looked at Apple. What else we got going on this week? SMCI we do have on my list as well, up 3.7. Pre-market action looks great. Hopefully this thing does good at the market open, because we got a really nice pre-market action on SMCI here at the moment.
It continues to get the volume. It surprises me.
Yeah.
I know I keep saying how surprised I am at SMCI, but I really am. Like, it came out of nowhere, and it hit the radar with bad news, and yet it's still here. And I mean, I guess it had that meteoric rise right back in the beginning of last year, and then ever since it's just sort of been selling off on bad to worse news. I mean, I get it. The CEO says that they're going to make, they're going to do $40 billion worth of revenue, but I don't know. I'm telling you right now, you mark my words. I don't think they're going to get anywhere close to that. But That's just my guess because that's just such a stretch from where they were in their last earnings report. And I don't trust their numbers. I still, even though they've met the requirements to be listed, I still think there's something fishy going on. And like you guys heard me last week as I went on my little old man rant about all of the family interactions and funny business, and anyways, I think it's a problematic company. So we'll see what happens. Look, it's trading though. It trades volume and it's active. So I'm for it as a trading company. As an investing stock, absolutely not. None of my money's going into SMCI. Corey, you know what? I never had an opinion on Enron, so you know what? I have to say I was caught flat-footed on that one, and it's I guess a good thing because that didn't end well. Look at this. We've got a picture there of our good buddy Brandon. Look at Brendan. He's back with the baby. Look, he's doing the dad thing. So the baby, and is that a bird on his shoulder? Am I seeing things?
What bird?
There's a bird on his shoulder.
There
There's
is
a bird on his shoulder.
No, no, there is. Yeah, no, you're right. You're
Okay.
right. You're not going nuts.
I thought I'm going crazy. All right.
No, you're
right.
good. You're good.
That's random. That's very random. Okay, well, congratulations to Brendan.
Brendan,
And
man.
of course, his wife, who really did all the work, and will probably continue to do most of the work with the baby. But it's always exciting times. Enjoy it, Brendan. Like, it goes very, very quickly, as we can all attest to. My kids are all adulting. I mean, now I'm to the stage where, my daughter, my youngest, is going on vacation next week, and I'm like dog sitting. So that's my value now. I'm just the dog sitter. So
I see. Yeah, absolutely. I see Brian is ready to go. Good morning, Brian. I want to take a look at two tickers here mentioned by you guys over on YouTube. And if you haven't done so, by the way, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Really appreciate it. It does help us out a ton. IBIT, also, again, in place. You can look at this one today, obviously, given how Bitcoin is moving. So you can look at that ETF. I typically like to trade the stocks directly, but that's also obviously in place, sir. You can look at it. Someone mentioned Google. Google, yes, it's my least. Again, Microsoft and Google are my least favorite Max 7 tickers to trade. I think their price action is very difficult at times. Microsoft is much better. Google by far is for me is the worst. So I typically like to look at other stuff. Other stocks, if I look at NVIDIA, if I look at Apple, Google is up to almost 1% here. But a lot of the Magnificent 7, besides NVIDIA, are slightly moving higher given some of the sell-offs last week, right? So you could take a look at your favorites there. And MSTR we do have, and SMCI are also on the list as well. So those are in play. Good morning, Brian. How you doing today?
Good morning. I'm doing well, thank you. How's everyone out there? How are you, Carlos?
Good. We're good.
Weekend?
We're great.
Yes, great
All right.
weekend. Yeah. We
GRR.
appreciate your weekly. I was mentioning people your weekly video that you do. I was watching it yesterday. Some really great insights,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
And you called it for the previous week. You hit it right on the head, man. Really nice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and
That's
actually, I took some swing trades over the weekend. I'm long some Meta, long some Amazon right now, long a little PLTR too from Friday, the way we went out. Sort of a squeeze day. Kind of felt like we were getting a lot of short covering right at the end of the day there, and I jumped in fairly early on that squeeze. So that
Yeah.
was yeah, glad I was on for the close on Friday.
Awesome. I
So
see
we'll see
Andrew's
where
also on.
we'll see where
So
yeah,
good morning, Andrew, and we'll let you
we
guys
shall
get to it. Have a
see.
great trading morning.
Trade smart, everyone.
Mhm. We shall see where things go today. But I'm going to be bailing on a lot of these positions early, probably.
All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, sir.
Perfect. So I do have SPXL. I do have SPXL. I sold some of my SPXL swing in the pre-market. I see, Brian. You also have um,
Yeah, I've got Meta, PLTR, Amazon.
some good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. So I'm just sharing my screen. Let me put the camera on. We have 7 minutes to the open. Tesla is up 2.6%. We had the the reserve of US that news came in. That really helped.
Yeah, we'll see if what it does for holding the price because it kind of backed off a bit. Just looking at the Bitcoin chart, a lot of I was listening to podcasts this morning. A lot of a lot of protests at some of the Tesla dealerships through the U.S. on the weekend. Can't be good
Why?
for business. I
Well,
think a lot of people. I think it's more of a Elon. I don't think people are protesting their cars.
all right. So Elon Musk is an interesting person. That's for sure.
Yes.
Hmm. All right. So,
All right, just getting onto YouTube. Got to see the ads first, I guess.
so Hood, what's the news on Hood? Robinhood is up 10%. Is there?
No, I think it's just the crypto thing. Um, I think Hood wasn't Hood doing a lot, going into a lot of crypto stuff. Funny, Nvidia, this gap up, and Nvidia is actually down. Nvidia is red. Apple is red. Red Apple. It's kind of the only two sort of Mag sevens. We've got everything. All the other Mag 7 stocks are up. My thought on this rally here, I'd be I'd be surprised if it held. So we've got, I haven't heard anything new, but I'm assuming we're still getting the tariffs on Canada and Mexico, supposedly going into effect at midnight tonight.
Yeah. So one comment, guys. Somebody has asked Andrew, when you're trading TSLL, are you watching Tesla? Yes. So essentially, the price action is very important on the underlying. So I'm looking at Tesla, but I'm trading TSLL for just using the leverage. But essentially, the price action on Tesla is more important, not TSLL. TSLL is just like a derivative. Essentially, it's like looking at your shadow. If you want to buy clothes, you buy on your body, not on your shadow. So, because the shadow is just copies. Uh, so very, very important. Like MSTX is the leverage of MSTR. TSLL, NVDL. I didn't know about these leverage products. Some of them are actually don't have any liquidity or volume, but these ones have really, really good liquidity and has been really, really nice. So market SPY bounced back. TSL. Yeah, I have. I sold most of my SPXL position. I only have 1,500 shares of SPXL. Yeah, you can short TSLL as well. Or you can actually buy the leverage product that is designed for short. I don't know if TSLL is long. I think I don't know what would be maybe TSLS would be the short.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it would
so.
be
I think it's
TSLS.
TL.
Yeah,
Yeah,
TSLS. So you can, if you want to short Tesla, you can buy TSLS, which is the inverse. Yeah, same as
this market
TQQ,
feels
SQQ.
this market feels a little shaky. NVIDIA dropping, Amazon's dropping. Amazon might even go red
Yeah, I think
before
so.
before we get to the open here. Got another minute anyway.
SDR.
So let's keep an eye on things. We'll have to, as I said, I'm going to probably sell some of my PLTR for sure. Meta is doing well. Nvidia selling off a bit. SPY is looking like it's getting ready to go lower here. Here we go. Ding, ding,
Hey, ding,
ding.
ding, 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 ding. The market is open. Let's see. NVDA has a really nice, good volume. PLTR. It's interesting above the rebound, has good volume. Tesla, obviously, 300. Let's see. Yeah, volume on Tesla is also crazy. Market is setting up a little bit now. So I'm waiting for a few minutes to see what's the opening range breakout. What's the opening price action would be. MSTR is holding. PLTR is also holding.
Tesla sold off a little bit. Now it's going to come back up. Usually does. I'm short Amazon. Amazon's looking really
PLTR
pukey.
is popping up very nicely. I'm gonna get some long on PLTR, 88.76. It looks like an engulfing.
Nvidia's
Let's see if I can
dropping.
go through 89. I'm long at PLTR, guys, 88.70. Let's see if we can go through 89.
Ooh, Tesla just bounced.
Tesla, yeah, Tesla looks like also long now. Tesla long now.
Not sure.
Looks like a long at 301. All right, so PLTR is popping. Let's see if PLTR can go a little bit higher. R4 is at 89.12. I'm also long Tesla. There you go. I'm partialing, guys. PLTR 89.40. Beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah, I have a big
nice.
size on PLTR. Pop. Nice. Nice. I might actually get out of my
I have a big,
Tesla here.
I have a big size on PLTR from my swing trade. Ooh, Meta's ripping too.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, I had options on Meta over the weekend, so that's working out.
Yeah, I'm
Beauty.
getting out of my Tesla position, guys. Focus on PLTR now. Yeah, I'm getting out of my Tesla position. I'm just long PLTR. Let's see if PLTR can get to 90. Oh, Tesla is actually dropping. Yeah. Yeah, very nice, guys. Very beautiful. Spies ripping. That's good. Beautiful, guys. Very nice trade. Yeah, Tesla is... yeah, PLTR is going to go through 90.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was a
Loving
very
that.
nice pop on everything. Yeah. What's SPXL doing? Yeah, SPXL. Yeah, perfect. PLTR. Did anyone do PLTR, guys? PLTR? Tesla turned out to be super garbage. Nice. Yeah, MSTR is also going up. Perfect. Yeah, I want to see if you can get PLTR to 90. I have 11,000 shares of PLTR. Let's see if I actually can go to 90. STR is above the VWAP. There you go. PLTR, I want to go to 90 now.
Can I get out of,
Beautiful.
I'm out of Amazon short? That didn't work out. But I'm just trying to manage my swing trades right now.
Tesla might go another pop on it. Tesla looks like it wants to hold the VWAP. Also very jerky, so let's see PLTR at 90. That would be something that it would be nice if PLTR pops up to 90.
Here we go.
PLTR must have leverage product as well, huh? Oh, there you go. 1929, perfect. I'm selling more guys PLTR. Beautiful.
I think they do.
Beautiful. Yes, beautiful.
Yeah, nice. Love PT. Yeah, PLTR was awesome. I knew
Tesla is
that was
also
going to come ripping back. It's just such a meme stock. That's why I went in.
Tesla looks like he wants to pop back up.
Yeah, NVIDIA's dropping here. Shorting NVIDIA
Tesla
as well.
up. Yeah, I'm partialing Tesla, guys, too. 303. I added more a little bit on Tesla. Actually, I'm getting out of Tesla. I'm all out of Tesla. I don't like the Tesla at all. Although, even though it's gonna go now, but I had a really good day.
Okay, here we go.
No, I didn't add on that PLTR. Maybe I should have.
I'm short
I
Tesla
have
or NVIDIA.
NVDA. Yeah, Phil also shorted NVDA. It's nice. What's nice? Yeah, NVDA 2% down. SPY popped up very nicely.
Big order here, 121 on NVIDIA.
Beautiful, guys. 6 minutes into the open, I'm up $35,000. That's really nice. What else do you want from this universe? What else do you want?
Yeah, very nice. Nice trade on PLTR.
90.50 would be nice.
Cut out of some of my meta options that I held over the weekend as well.
Tom, are you coming to Vancouver? Tom is a good friend of me in Toronto. I'm excited to see you in Vancouver. We'll see what's happening this week. I think this week we have some important event, huh?
Here we go. Are you talking about economic event?
Yeah.
Here we go.
I think there's some
121.
important
121's coming on NVIDIA. Here we go. There we go. Covered some.
Yeah, SMCI is also setting up really bad. All right, guys, I'm out of Tesla. Tesla really didn't have a nice breakout. I came out of it actually with green. Let's see what PLTR is doing. My average on PLTR. So this is my open position, guys. You can actually see my screen. And this is my close position. So has been pretty nice, the situation here. Market is rolling over, SPY. I don't know. I have this
Kind of what I thought it
SPXL.
was going to do. Just covering some more NVIDIA.
Tesla is going down. Slow.
Still more
NVDA is
downside on NVIDIA, I think. We've got a big order at 120. Here we go. Stepping it down, stepping it down.
NVIDIA was a very nice short. I think Phil also got it very, very early. Once 4 is at 120. Lenny did a short on Hood. Very nice. Yeah, Hood turned out to be a really nice 5-minute range breakdown. PLTR. Let's see if PLTR has another leg on it or not. I have an add on PLTR. I'm adding a little bit more on PLTR, although I think PLTR might be done with most of the legs. So my average, I put my average
Yeah, I
to.
think PLTR. I'm all out of my swing trade on PLTR.
I added more on
Here we
PLTR.
go.
I brought my average up to 89.20. And if I get stopped out, so I get stopped out on it. So it's a little bit tricky because the market is rolling over.
Just covering some more NVIDIA. Just above 120 here. There's a big order here at 120.
So PLTR is dropping. It might stop me out PLTR here. I'll see. Again, my average is at 89.20.
Here we go. We're getting into the 120s, 120.07. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Tesla rolling over more. Should be shorting some, should be longing some puts here.
I mean, Phil is long Tesla puts. That works really well
Yeah,
for
nice.
him. Let's see
Yeah, it does.
PLTR again, guys. PLTR holding above the VWAP. My average is just right at VWAP. Let's see if it stops me out or not. It's a little bit tricky. But the SPY is trying to not lose it much. It's a very good open. That was really good volatility at the open.
Yeah.
Actually, super
Nice, good open.
So I don't think I'm going to open a new position next until we'll see what this PLTR does. PLTR can go for the 90.50 break of high of the day. Then I start partialing out on it, but it doesn't seem to me that I like to open a new position because I had a really, really good day. So I had a very good profit on PLTR. I also sold some of my SPXL swing. So I think I should be good for the day. STR is selling off. Is hitting the scanner. NVDA is going down. Furthermore, another trade that I can look into that potentially is
Wow.
NVDA bounce. All right, I'm getting out of my PLTR, guys. I'm all out of PLTR position at the break even. So that was a decent profit on that. Let's see what NVIDIA is doing. NVIDIA is selling off now on the daily chart. Yeah, NVIDIA might be due for a bounce very soon.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Tesla. Might be a good place to short here. I'm out of my NVIDIA trade. Qs and SPY seem to be trying to hold yesterday or Friday's high.
Yeah, SPY's at yesterday high. CTNA in the pre-market went up to Tesla. Looks like it's squeezing, huh? Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
Tesla's
it
super,
says
super iffy trade. I think for me, the next trade, if I want to take a trade, again, I'm not really 100% sure if I want to take any trade, but would be NVDA, an NVDA reversal. Let's see how much it's going to sell off. SPY looks like it wants to go red.
yeah.
9:45.10. Let's see what the news is impacting.
At 9:45, we got S&P manufacturing. 10, we got PMI, construction spending.
So NVDA, I don't know. NVDA might be a little bit too early to take a reversal on it. Let's see if it does a double bottom. Oh, there you go. Popped up very nicely. See if it does a double bottom at 120, but something is telling me that it might be a little bit too early. Shit, PLTR is coming back up. I'm not taking PLTR long again because even though it's bouncing back, I think I'm good with it. Tesla came above the VWAP, so Tesla could be another long actually. Now it's squeezing Tesla. Again, I'm not taking Tesla long, but it looks like this time wants to squeeze. This looks like a shorter squeeze on Tesla. Yeah, it's like price action now. So look at this 5 minute become higher, 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 low. This is super nice. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, thanks, Phil. Phil is actually doing the options trade, the day trading for a small account sessions, mentorship sessions on Tuesday. So if anyone wants to trade with the options with a smaller account, like Phil have these sessions. He just posted in the chat room. Beauty. Okay, so no position for me.
Yeah, big order 305 on Tesla, but this is high of day. See if it can squeeze some more here, but I'm not taking it long. I don't have any positions now. See, look at that. Amazon did go red. Knew it.
PLTR is bouncing back.
Yeah, PLTR is back at high of day.
So SPY is bouncing back from 595. What did Hood do? Hood came down to the level, daily level. Time is it 9:48. It's been very nice. It was a very nice day. Yeah. It's bouncing. Should have taken some NVDA long at 120.
Still in a downtrend.
So
Still below 9 EMA and 2-minute chart. I think I don't know. I think it still looks a little weak. Amazon just rejected 9 EMA, 2-minute chart.
SPY that wants to go red. It's a big drop in SPY. Okay, SPY went red. Bitcoin 91,000. So
Nice.
yeah, the announcement from the White
Thanks.
House for the strategic reserve really helped Bitcoin popped up. Also, there was a lot of liquidation as well. Like there was some news that there was some person who with $4 million and 50 times leverage, $200 million of Ethereum and Bitcoin, and then as soon as the news came in, they liquidated all of it. So there's a lot of selling pressure as well. People who knew that, or people who are really desperate, they can just dump these positions. So yeah, I mean,
You know,
this like anybody in the chain of information could know, and then they just tip someone, like anybody. So that was
oh yeah.
crazy. Like,
I think a lot of politicians they trade on insider trading all the time,
yeah.
and it's completely legal.
I mean, anybody who is in the chain, like not even the politicians. If I'm an intern in an office, I'm sure the news is gonna come for press release or email or something. Like um, that was all over the media over the weekend. That person,
Hmm.
anybody, like even if I was working in part of the chain of information, I would have tipped my cousin, hey. But you never know actually. Yeah, 'cause it's also super risky because a lot of time market surprises you with these news announcement and stuff.
Hmm. That's
So,
true.
but
Sometimes you don't know how it's going to react.
yeah. Anyway, so PLTR is dropping. Tesla is super garbage price action today. NVDA, I still think if NVDA continues this sell-off, might be if it goes to 116.72, which is the yesterday low, definitely a very good reversal. But I don't know if it gets there today.
Hmm. The bounce here, or are we going to go lower? Maybe go lower.
PLTR definitely lost it. Looks like everything wants to go red.
Yeah, Tesla's heading back red.
Yeah, I'm looking at the NVDA daily chart. I don't know. There's no really clear level until 118, 116. Um, Depending on how the market is doing, we might actually have a chance. Tesla. I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla goes red today.
Yeah, me too. So I'm thinking.
Again, I'm not really shorting it right now here. I had a pretty good day. Again, also traders are in a different situation. Like if somebody doesn't haven't taken any trade, they might look for some opportunities. But I had a really good trade on PLTR, and I'm not really keen to take any other trade. So the different mentality Is anyone? What did you guys trade? Yeah, Tesla definitely wants to go red. Bitcoin is back. Yeah, Bitcoin seems to go back below $90,000. Had NVDA short, MSTR short. Samid, what did you trade? Short hood. Yeah, nice very hood. Yeah, it looks like market doesn't have much momentum to the upside. PLTR also going down.
Mm.
All right, I'm glad I got that nice breakout on PLTR. Was essentially 1 minute opening range breakout, which formed an engulfing, so it was pretty good.
I'm glad you didn't take that NVIDIA long.
Yeah, it's kind of, I knew it's kind of a little bit too early for NVDA to go long. I think NVDA has the potential short bounce, but it's a little bit too early because it's not also super extended from VWAP right now. I mean, we'll see. Yeah, the market is also selling off, so that doesn't help anyone anything. Now, here could be a long for NVDA for a quick bounce. I'm potentially looking at see if you can actually take an NVDA long. Again, I'm not really keen to make a trade, but that could be a double bottom here for a small size. It looks like it wants to really hold NVDA. Take a look at price action here. 121, 1982. Yeah, see what's the SPY doing.
SPY is still selling off.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, there you go. So NVIDIA broke down.
NVIDIA's heading lower. I told you not to
Yeah,
trust these rallies. Don't trust these rallies. Look at PLTR selling off.
exactly.
This is why I build on all my swing trades over the weekend. I knew this was going to happen.
A quick bounce and then sell off, yes.
Yeah, rally, sell off. Tesla's flirting with Friday's high, Friday's close, which are pretty close together. It's probably going to bounce here.
Now, I think from all of the trades like NVIDIA bounce, again, I'm looking at it potentially. Let's see. Again, a daily chart. There is this 118.23. If you can get to 116.72, which is a yesterday low or Friday low, it would have been probably one of the best places to take a reversal. But right now, it might reverse anywhere. Gary, NVIDIA is below 100. Why do you say NVIDIA is going to go below 100? Is there any specific reason for that? I mean, I don't think NVIDIA is going to go below 100 today, but the way that it's
No,
setting off yesterday low on 1672 is a possibility.
see, there's NVIDIA's bounce right off PDC. Very predictable. SPY and the Qs are bouncing. We're kind of the LTR is bouncing a bit.
SMCI bounce back. So Excel.
Look at that.
So
Wow.
Excel.
I top tick Meta. Got out of Meta when it was up $10. Now it's up down $1.50.
Definitely, there's a lot of selling still pressure.
AMD, AMD just flipped into the red. Tesla's the only one that's kind of the Mag 7 that's kind of hanging in the green right now.
Right. So there's a SPY selling off. Looks
Wow.
like there's a news coming.
Cool.
Frank, mostly candlesticks. So when I'm saying it's like selling pressure, like the candlesticks are just making lower, 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 lower high. So looks like more like a selling pressure on it.
All right.
Yeah, there was a big.
Some kind of news there.
I
Wow.
mean, it's at 10 o'clock. I don't know. There's some volume came in on a SPY.
There was ISM manufacturing and construction spending. Yeah. Look at it. Yeah, look at if you can see Bookmap, if you can see my if you want to look at my screen here. It's always interesting to see how we had this we had what at 9:45 we had S&P manufacturing. You'd see how they empty the book just before that number, and then they did it again here with construction spending. Emptied the book just before the numbers came out. All the large institutions pull down all their orders, waiting for those numbers to come out and kind of see what they are, and then they build their book back up again here. I always let Thor pointed that out to me. $9.20. I don't know. Let's see what's the market doing. Could be a $9.20. Yeah, that was a really nice rejection on Tesla from the sort of from the high of day on that second run right around 10:45. The markets still seem to be selling off here. Damn. Wow. Okay, so how was it? How was everyone's day here? John's shaking his fist at Tesla. Market seems to be trying to find a bottom here. Had a couple of wicks lower and then moves back up. So maybe we're going to get a bit of buying here. See what we can do here. Let's see. Got down to S3 on SPY. SPY's trying to hold here. Same with the Qs. A little bit of a long on SPX option, one option. Let's give me a pop here. I'm gonna sell it just because I don't think we're gonna rally here. That was a little bit of a move there on that though. Let's see. I don't know. At this point, it's 50-50. We're still, in my mind, we're still below the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart, which means we're still in a downtrend on the market, on the SPY. Let's see we'll see what kind of reaction we get. All right, so Tesla's gone through the 9 EMA and it's at the 20 now. So I guess the 20 is so close to the VWAP now. If I was going to short Tesla, I'd be more inclined to do it a little higher. Let's take a look at what Tesla Bookmap looks like. Okay, the Qs are struggling at the 9 EMA, can't get through them. It's rejected there twice. We're really close to VWAP on Tesla. Could take a short
Right,
there with it.
NVDA is selling off more.
Yeah. $298.70 is VWAP on Tesla.
Tesla bounced back from previous day close very nicely at 300. Trying to see if
So Qs have
NVIDIA
now
is...
pushed. Yeah. Qs are bouncing, SPY's bouncing now. We're going through the 9 EMA on both. Yeah, might be a good long on NVIDIA, although NVIDIA was red at the open, so I'm not sure that would be the best way to play this bounce. Okay, we couldn't stay above the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart on the indexes. Still, buyers maybe not ready to step in or not convinced.
Nice trade fill. NVIDIA puts from $3 to over $6. Very nice.
On Tesla or in NVIDIA?
NVIDIA.
Nice. Just watching Tesla here, I feel like it's a short.
NVIDIA is going to go through low of the day, 118.23. So
Yeah, I'm short Tesla. from the VWAP.
Tesla is super jerky today, price action. Moves up
Yeah.
and down a lot, but
Just covered some. I just did that with some options. Let's see if see what it does now.
so
See what it does on this
let's
bounce.
see.
So are we going to go lower, Tesla, or are we going to hold? What are we going to do, Tesla? Come on. Here we go.
NVDA is selling off. Come on, let's see what the NVDA is doing. NVDA is slowly migrating to an area that I like it for a reversal. Let's go through NVDL. 118.23 on NVDA is a level. It's a very small level. SPY holding.
Tesla's getting very close to my break even.
I'm gonna get a long on NVDL at 46.42. Let's see if NVIDIA is holding that.
Okay, I'm out of the rest of Tesla. Didn't sell off like I was hoping to on that leg.
NVIDIA looks like it's holding around this level 118.60. So I'm taking this long on NVDL at 46.40. Stop loss would be if we break the low of the day.
Still don't like the fact that NVIDIA's trading on that below that 9 EMA sloping down. Qs are bouncing again. We got a double bottom on the Qs and the SPY. So maybe we're gonna rally here.
Yeah, it's just a quick bounce.
Yeah. See what Bookmap looks like for you. It's pretty bearish, I would say. If you look at it at Bookmap, there's no orders. There are no institutional orders to the upside.
For NVDA?
They're all lower. Yes. 118, 117, 116, 115, all stacked there. So not saying it's going there. It doesn't always mean it's going to go there, but these orders are a little bit like magnets. They kind of pull the price there. Again, the market's really trying to find a level to support at, and they're not. The buyers haven't been stepping in too aggressively yet. They're supporting the price, but they're not following through on it. Yeah, there's Tesla rejected the VWAP again.
So we're still holding NVIDIA, guys. Let's see what NVIDIA is doing in this level. Definitely, we'll see some bottoming price action on the SPY and Qs. Maybe not the bottom is not in, but it definitely looks like some bottoming price action. NVIDIA looks like it's making a double bottom, triple bottom. That doesn't mean that it can't go lower. It's just trying to find the bottom.
Friday's low is around 116.25.
On NVDA. Yeah, if we can get there, that would be a nice,
Yeah,
good place to bounce. But I was afraid that we may not get there. I mean, I can get out of my position at break even now on NVDL, but we'll see. Looking at it and potentially, I mean, the longer that we stay here is just,
yeah. I do not like the look of the bookmap on
yeah, you
NVIDIA.
said that. There's a lot of orders to the downside. So,
Yeah. Mike J, what did you do? Shorted Microsoft. Nice. A lot of these, as I said earlier, a lot of these stocks just rolled over. We've got AMD still, well, it's back in the green. Well, Meta went back in the green. Hmm. Hmm.
looks like NVIDIA is really having trouble to go any higher. So I'm going to get stopped out on NVDL here at 46. It looks like we have one leg down on NVDA. I might get back in there. I just not really 100% sure. It's a good idea to hold it.
There's still those big orders sitting there.
Yeah.
The Qs again and SPY are testing low of day. Again, I don't see any sort of aggressive buying yet to support this market. I probably would
NVIDIA
have been,
looks like
might have shorted Nvidia, but I didn't want to trade against you.
no, I don't know. It's a little bit tricky to short it now. So it looks like it wants to break
Yeah.
the 118.3, but
What strike? Yeah, what strike did I use? I used the 297.50s. When you're trading options as a day trade, you want to try to stick close to you want to try to stick close to the current price.
um, let's see. I'm still looking at potentially getting back in NVDL.
Mm.
I'm going to get back on NVDL at 46.22. Let's see. Something is telling me that we would have sold off now. So I'm back on NVDL at 46.22. .5 minute next in 1 minute we're gonna know how the 1 minute look like. This is hitting the scanner. Bitcoin is 90,000.
Mm.
VDA and VDL. LTR at 87, huh?
Yeah, PLTR selling more,
Yeah, I'm long on
selling off
NVDA
more.
again. We'll see. Um, 1823 is that daily level. Stop loss would be if we lose this 1823 level in the low of the day. We might have a case here on NVDA. Oh, we really didn't do anything. So let's see if NVIDIA looks like it wants to pop a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
So
It does look like it's going through the 9 EMA now.
let's see if it can
It
go
has
through
been trying to hold.
119. Yeah,
Yeah, 118.50.
I can sell everything and come out of this trade profitable. Not a bad idea to 640. Come on, one more pop. So I'm negative on NVIDIA, but if I sell everything now, I can be green. It's very tempting to sell everything and come out of this green. SPY is trying to bounce. Right, so I'm partialing some NVIDIA. Let me make my losses back. Okay, so I made my losses back here on NVIDIA, 46.74. I'm gonna see, yeah, now my stop loss is at break even. Let's see if NVIDIA is gonna go to 119. Okay, so that's good. So green is good. So I made my losses back on NVIDIA, 46.82. Let's see, NVIDIA is popping up. Potentially, NVIDIA is going to go to moving averages in 5 minutes, which is 119.65, which
Yeah,
translates to
that's
NVIDIA
pretty
around
close.
47. Nice. Selling out more. Looks like market is
Yeah,
also overall rolling or bouncing back, so that's good.
bouncing
Anyone took
again.
NVIDIA
Yeah,
second time?
could be a 920 here. This is the right at the 20 EMA.
There you go. So NVIDIA is 119.63. That's very, very nice. Perfect. So I'm selling more 14.47 here. Beautiful. Yeah, that's turned out to be a good trade. I like that. VDA potentially 120. SPY looks like it wants to go green. John is going Reddit. Nice. So QQs went green. That's very nice. Perfect. So yeah, NVIDIA is going to go through 120. That was a nice reversal. I'm actually very proud of this trade, second
Yeah,
trade that I did. Yeah, very nice.
it did kind of just, yeah, it basically kind of just stayed at that 118.50 level to the 118.40, and it couldn't drop down. So eventually short sellers give up in this case.
And they have to
You
cover.
see this
Yeah, they
happening
have
in
to
the
cover.
reverse. Yeah. You see this happening in the reverse too. You see the stock going up and just staying at a certain level for an extended period of time, and then the longs eventually start to give up, start selling. In this case, it was the opposite.
You be the best trader, like trade live like this. Amazing.
Um,
5 minutes. So this one is particularly, we were looking at the multiple things I was looking at NVDA. Let's go through NVDA exactly. So there were multiple things that I saw on NVDA. First of all, was stock was gapping down, like selling off for 5%. So it was about a time to get a bounce. And so you see, these are multiple bottoms that we saw, and obviously we had this 118.23, which is kind of a mini daily level. It wasn't really 100% a clear daily level. And on a 5 minute, we realized that we are not making lower, low, lower high that much. So it looks like for potential bounce. Obviously, you gotta manage your risk. First trade I got to stopped out, but it looked like really this 118.50 wanted to hold, and that's why I jumped in back again. Sometimes in these reversals, it takes 2 or 3 stab at it to really get a move. But 5 minutes, as soon as 5 minutes started making new highs, that was the moment that really momentum started. So again, look at the 5 minute candlestick. So what we had is a very serious selling at the open, obviously very big red candles, but eventually at around 10:10, we started making, not lower highs, but if anything, we started try to make new highs. So that was the moment that I see. It's not really a super A plus setup. If NVDA was selling off today at, for example, a very important level, if you go to the daily chart, like yesterday low 116.72, obviously is a very super important level. But I thought that it might be a little bit too much to get there, especially that Friday was a strong day. So when I look at the daily chart back in end of January, it looks like there is around some 118.23, kind of like a bounce of this doji of January 30th. I thought maybe potentially, again, it's not a super obvious level, so I thought I might as maybe there's something going on in there. But when you find these levels, you don't trade based on them immediately. You have to look at the price action around them and see if this is a level that actually algos or traders are respecting or not. And that's it. NVDA the trade was essentially only a quick bounce. I don't expect NVDA to go above the VWAP and go previous day close or something like that. So NVDA, I was just looking for this as quick bounce. Again, there's a very difference between a reversal and a bounce. Because reversal, you expect like a bigger move, but I wouldn't be surprised if NVDA goes down again. But I got my move from it, so that was exactly what I was looking for. And it might be a small
nice,
move on
nice
NVDA,
trade.
but NVDA gives you the leverage. So Tom is asking about what's the point of the bookmap. So bookmap, first of all, the bookmap also changes. The liquidity constantly changing. So bookmap is one indicator that shows you these historical levels and historical liquidity, but it's not really 100%. And that's very, very important, Tom, that a lot of people think that these softwares are going to predict the future for you. It's not. So you have to put everything together, like the price action, the candlestick patterns, the health of the market. Is it strong or it's not? Because these levels constantly changing. Like if I see a huge signal on the ask and I see this is a very bullish sign, it's still might not work. I still have to put everything together. These are all indicators that help you to get a better vision. It's like an X-ray machine for a doctor. Doctor look at the X-ray machine, but also look at your lab results, blood, chemistry, your general symptoms, and so many other diagnoses that they can use. There's no way a doctor just look at the X-ray machine and say, oh yeah, you have this. No, it's the whole combination of everything, and even that one is still there's an element of uncertainty in that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just another indicator. I mean, you can trade off all these different indicators, and I try to keep mine simple. I've got a couple moving averages and VWAP, and I tried to trade off those. They don't always work. There is no foolproof strategy. Otherwise, it would destroy itself. People would figure it out and start front running it, or like if everybody shorted at the VWAP, then people would start shorting earlier. And bookmap's the same. It's just an indicator. It's quite often you can see price moving towards significant levels of bids or asks. But again, this is a case where you can see where there's it actually did kind of tell you, this did kind of tell you it was a possible long. Because if you look at the book, if you look at Bookmap right now, you can see here we had a low, and then we had a series of fairly large cells, and it didn't really push it through that prior low, didn't push it into that. So that was a pretty good indication that this in the short term anyway, this order wasn't going to get filled. And you could kind of see here how the buying started to kick in, and then we got a big buy order here. So you can see what's going on with the institutions. I
I'm gonna add some
still wouldn't
NVDL
be
here, guys,
overly
by the way.
bullish. Yeah,
I'm gonna add some
I
NVDL
wouldn't
here
be
before
overly
we forget.
bullish. Yeah, well, okay. As I say that, he's adding. So I'm, but we are getting a nice rally back on the Qs and the SPY. So SPY has actually gone green again. Actually, all the
Yeah.
indexes have gone green again.
Yeah, all the side MD was also green Qs are going up. So I added more NVDL. So again, these are very, very important understanding, guys, that the people who become trader are the people who understand the concept of uncertainty in the market. Did you feel the
I
earthquake this
find,
morning,
look,
Brian?
what's that?
Did you feel the earthquake this morning at 5 a.m.?
No,
There was an earthquake here in
I'm
Vancouver.
missing all.
I think,
I'm missing all these earthquakes. We had another one apparently, and I
yeah, this
didn't
morning at 5.
think I was. Oh, okay,
I think it was.
interesting.
I think it happened in Washington State, so we felt it. I felt it at 5 a.m. as well. Oh shit, that's end of it. We had
Oh,
one in LA. Yeah,
okay, cool.
I think it's over. I think it's over.
I
The
think
universe
it's
wants to kill
cool.
us.
Anyway, I still find Bookmap very, very helpful. And again, it's like Andrew says, it's you gotta put all the pieces together. You can't just look at one indicator and say that's all I'm going to look at. But it's a good sort of pictorial representation of where large institutions have orders.
Yeah, let's see if NVDA
PLTR is
is bouncing back.
trying.
NVDA is at 120. See if NVDA can go to the VWAP. This is the moment of truth for NVDA.
Yeah,
So I'm long NVDL. The average is 46.50 now. Let's see if you can NVDA. If NVDA tests the volume weighted average price VWAP, which is a blue line on my chart, then NVDL might go toward 48. So we'll see. Yep, Martin, we're using a leverage. Absolutely. So NVDA is a leverage product right now. So that I'm trading. It's 2 times leverage of NVDA. So the move on NVDA would be to 2%, whatever that NVDA does. Okay. So if NVDA moves 1%, this one moves 2%. NVDA is down right now 4.1%. NVDL is down 8.1%. So that's really good it's like using options, but it's much easier. You don't have to go, a strike price, and you don't have a decay or something like that. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's see if we survive the pullback on NVDL. They tested 120 and now going downhill. I tried to
yeah.
go green, not yet.
4.1, yeah, 4.1 quake, 70 miles northwest of Seattle. Interesting. Yeah, NVIDIA's, I was looking at NVIDIA, but it's kind of late in the day for me to do a trade right now anyway. I like to wait a little bit after this initial move, so to see if trends develop. But you can see here we had a bunch of buy orders came in just below the VWAP on NVIDIA, and they couldn't push it higher.
I think NVIDIA might test 120 one more time. Who knows what's going to happen today to the market? Let me actually turn this one on.
Yeah, we have gone back green, just barely.
Apple have a leverage product. Apple AAPU, I think I know it's a 2 times leverage, Bruce. I traded the
Yeah.
AAPU a lot. AAPU, I think, is the one. Yeah, a lot of these big stocks, they have a good leverage products. Not all of them good enough volume and liquidity, but I think TSLA and NVDL, they got really, really good volume and liquidity. All right, so NVDL is coming back to my break-even point. That means that I should get a stop out on it. I mean, there's still a chance for it to go back up, but my risk management rule says that I have to get out of it. So I'm all out of NVDL, even though I think there is a possibility for it to go back up. But I had a very good run on it. Yeah, Hannah, I think AAPU is the Apple leverage product for long. I think AAPD maybe is down. Is that? Direction Apple, yeah. So that is a short of Apple, but it's only one time. Oh, gotta be a direction 2 times short.
Yeah, some of these
AP.
aren't. Some of these aren't necessarily beta. They're just a way to go short.
Why would you do that then? Why would you? I mean, you don't pay a margin on it. So if you
I mean,
short Apple directly, then you have to pay margin to your broker. But AAPD, then you don't have to pay. Okay, so as you see, guys, NVIDIA is dropping. I got to stop out completely on it. Yeah, that was a very nice trading day for me. Like I'm up $48,000, which 14,000 of it is actually a swing trade, but it was very, very nice. All right, market is rolling over.
yeah, look at that. The market rolled over again. A lot of these stocks also just do trade a bit with the indexes. Like you'll see, in some of the technical analysis, you'll see a beta rating for these stocks, for each stock, and it kind of gives you an indication of how much a stock moves, based on how much the market, how strongly it is tied to the market. So stocks with a very low beta don't react as the same as the market. So they would probably be more the safety trades, the ones with the high dividends that tend not to sell off as much when the market sells off, and also they don't go up as much when the market goes up. So kind of a take less risk, you get less return, but you also don't have as big a loss when there's a downside move. Here's the bounce again, right near where NVIDIA found a level before. SPY's bouncing back, Qs are bouncing back after that sell-off. I don't think we have anything else in terms of economic events this morning. Do we have any Fed speakers? Let's take a look on trading terminal. We've got some T-bill options. We do have the Atlanta Fed GDP at 1.
It's kind of indecisive. SPXL is a
Okay,
good
so
trade,
what
though.
else? What else have we got? We've got some interesting stocks at the close today. We've got OKTA, Okta. You've got GitLab. We've got ASTS Space. Wow, Bitcoin really kind of tanked here.
Yeah, 91,000. It did dip below 90,000 as well.
Yeah, just it was around 9 o'clock this morning. It was what? It was 93,300. Really volatile. I mean, I don't trade
Nate,
Bitcoin just to the moves are like what 10% overnight.
it's just, I don't know, this asset class, not for me. Thanks, but no thanks.
No,
Oil is at $69. Wow, oil has been really down. It's interesting.
what is
Oil, it's at
oil?
$69.
Yeah, it's sold off a bit. Oil, bit of an economic can be a bit of an economic indicator. I mean, if without other things going on, if investors, traders think economy is slowing, um, they anticipate using, economies using less oil.
Well, I know the new administration wants to lower the cost, the price of the energy.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that they're really looking for. Um,
Yes.
and they seems that they're
I know
in a
he's.
good
I know they're
direction.
brow. They're browbeating the Saudis to increase output.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of pressure on them. And if the war with Ukraine comes to an end, then that obviously that one would help Russia oil get back into the market more. Um,
The market's trying to pick a direction here. We've kind of come back up a little bit in the green. The SPY looks like it's I try to break out.
SPY wants to go above, looks like. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any other thing to trade. And I'm not really interested to trade at all. So that's it for me. I had a pretty good day, very solid. So be happy with the profit that we are having. Everything is pretty solid here in the bank account. Yeah, Tesla SPY is going up, so that's good. So market
Yeah, we're starting to
slowly
get a
going
move back
down.
up here.
Situation is interesting as of now. Did anyone have a good trading day? It was pretty good for me. I had a good day, trading day. Nice, Gariel. What about in YouTube, guys? You had nice green day. Very good. That's what we want. Green is good.
Yeah. Hopefully you got green. You were green because you followed a trading plan. This market still looks weak. I mean, we tried to break out there, couldn't do it. Feels like a bit of a buyer strike. There isn't aggressive selling, but there isn't aggressive buying either. So we're just kind of hanging out right now.
But it was a pretty good. It was a really, really nice open. The volatility at the open was amazing. I actually really like that.
Yeah,
The PLT was very
it
nice.
was yeah, it was good. Really like the yeah, like I said, I I loaded up a little bit on Friday based on that close. I thought the market was doing. I knew the market was going to do exactly what it did, gap up on some of these meme stocks, hot stocks, and then kind of sell off or just kind of go nowhere. So yeah, I had a good day between the day trades and the swing trades. SMCI is in the red, eh? Microsoft's in
SMCI,
the
yeah,
red.
sold off heavily at the open. This guy's had issues with reporting, and yeah, so NVDA is going down.
Yeah. Market's selling off again here. Again, it feels like we're kind of stuck in a bit of a range here.
What's SOXL doing? SOXL must be really down. Huh? No, actually, SOXL is green. SOXL got destroyed really bad. Jesus.
Yeah,
It's pretty funny that back in 2022, nobody wanted to touch the semiconductors, and the SOXL was like $5. It's just in a matter of the
yeah. I think it
year, the whole Wall
was
Street.
that with the yeah. I mean, it was supply chain and oversupply, too many chips on the market.
That SOXL, like back, I remember that back of in 2020 went down to 5. October 22, so
Yeah,
$6.44. And then went up to all the way up to $70. I remember that I did a really good trade on SOXL. We sold puts at $5 and made a lot of money on it. But I wish I was buying it
I
instead of
remember
selling
that.
puts.
Yeah, it would have been better.
Yo, it would have been way better. But the problem is, I know you look at the chart now, you say, oh, if I'm buying at 5, selling at 70.
Yeah,
You would never do that. You would never hold this kind
you
of
just never
moves.
know.
You never know. Yeah, a lot of people say, "Oh, Bitcoin 2019 it was 10 cents." Yeah, but if it was 10 cents, you would have sold it on 15 cents. You wouldn't buy it. You wouldn't hold it
Exactly.
for. And then you buy it back, and then you sell it lower, and it's always like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, it seems that the
it's like
market
when
has.
it's like when
See,
I had
Gary,
Bitcoin at 1,000.
you bought
I
Bitcoin at
bought
1,000,
Bitcoin at
yeah.
1,000. Yeah, and I thought it was a great trade when I got out. But I just kept getting out. I kept selling as it was going up. But it did. It went on that first run. It went to 20,000. So I think I did sell some around 19
Yeah, one thing that I like about you, Brian, is
or
that you're
two.
so
Didn't
open to trying everything. Like these new things, um, like going buying Bitcoin. Like I'm such an old school, late adopter of everything. Like you are just the early adopter of every new technology. Like I remember the story that you told me. You went into a back alley and somebody just very shady got your money and then whoop,
I?
transferred
It was yeah.
crypto for you. So shady.
First adopter are just really foolish. Throw my money away.
Yeah. Mount Gox, no, I don't remember that. That was one of the first exchanges that they went down on. Yeah, Tom. Very interesting. We'll see what the market is doing, guys. Again, I'm not short, I'm not long on any position. You can actually see my P&L. I'm going to share it my P&L and my positions right now here with everybody in the chat room. So you can actually see that. So I have 1,500 shares of SPXL left. Let's see if SPY goes to 600 in the next couple of days, and then we sell them. TNA, I'm still holding them. This morning they were green, but let's see if IWM makes a bounce or not. And yeah, that's it for me. NVDA was a very nice trade. Tesla was break even. PLTR was also a very good trade that we did traded at the open. But overall, things seems okay. And
Yep.
yeah, just we're getting slowly into the 11. I know Avi and Paris are going to come on YouTube, and Thor is going to come on the chat room. So super excited to learn how did those guys trade. And yeah, remember, guys, Vancouver is coming very fast, less than a month. I'm super excited to see
Hmm.
many of you in Vancouver. It's going to be a very, very amazing event. All the team members would be here. So that would be super, super exciting to see many of my friends and community family in Vancouver. Try to bring your spouse and partners as well, because it's going to be, especially for the TEDx Day, it's going to be very nice. And of course, we have the gala dinner. Um,
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Lots of fun.
just
Yeah,
being
this
around
our
people that
event last year. Yeah, I was going to say our event last year was really well received. A lot of people very happy they came.
Yeah, it was really nice. One of our members came. Andrew, you got to um, charge us more. It was so good, and the quality of everything, the food and everything was great. So Andrew, you got to charge us more. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we do have an amazing lineup of speakers as well as some of our moderators.
Yeah, everybody's coming, and everybody in this chat.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so the situation is pretty good. It's doing NVDA looks like has found a very interesting bottom at around 118.23. I don't think NVDA at this moment is going to go much lower or higher. Eventually, market I think one finds a direction, but hopefully it's to the upside for the sake of our 401ks. MSTR is MSTR also lost it 294. It's now 262. You have to sell your kidney. It's APP.
yeah, MSTR. Yeah, Michael Saylor. Amazon's looking weak.
No, Ali, I don't, Uplovin, I don't really follow this move. So apparently in November after the election, is that an election pop or it's a earning or something? So a really nice pop and then went up to 500. It goes up. I don't know. I don't know what this company doing. It looks like there's no volume right now in it. For day trading, it's not interesting at all. Really have any comment or ideas on this? PLTR also really
Yeah, there
choppy.
goes the
It's
SPY.
doing
There goes
nothing.
the Qs. Again, just kind of spent too long hanging around at this 595, 594 level on the SPY. I mean, just just no buyers. Amazon's back at low of day. That would have been another good short. I even knew that was going to sell off. Amazon's really been struggling on a daily time frame.
Looks like the top is here.
Yeah,
It's fun while it lasted. It was interesting.
well, still we get more volatility as long as we have volatility.
Bitcoin is testing 90,000 again. Yeah, again, guys, this is the time of the day that I don't have any trade book. I don't want to be in anything. And
No,
only thing that I want to do is I want to go back to bed or just take a shower, have some breakfast. Thor is coming. Thor, what did you trade, buddy? How was your trading at? Did you short Nasdaq again at the open? Yeah, so NVDA looking down. If NVDA sells off, another trade that I might do in the afternoon, if NVDA is really cracking down, I might actually taking it a reversal at 116.72, which is the yesterday low, around that area. It looks like, I mean, if the market rolls over, this possibility that go there. Yeah, of course, shorted Nasdaq mini futures. All right, so we have, I think, Avi in Paris on
Yeah.
YouTube. So
Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
hand it over to the guys in YouTube and throw it into the chat room. I'm gonna go get some water, take a shower, and start my day. Cheers,
Yeah.
guys.
I'm gonna grab some breakfast myself here. So hope everyone had a good day today. Cheers, everybody.
All right, guys, we're going to disconnect in chat, and Thor will be in our chat room, and then Paris will be over on YouTube.
Terms not disclosed.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, we got you loud and clear. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Carlos. Is it on YouTube now? I don't see.
Yeah, you're live on YouTube. I'm waiting for your screen. Once I get your screen, I can switch it over.
Okay, so you should be able to see my screen. Hey, everyone on YouTube. How's everyone doing? I'm having a difficult day, but kind of I'm a little down on the day. And I traded Tesla, I traded NVDA, and I traded Apple. And how's everyone doing? Green? Yeah, that's how I trade. I think if you look at just the arrows, it might look like it's a lot of trades, but I took 3 trades on it. So and now Tesla is coming back up. I'm getting a little long on Tesla. I'll add more if it comes back above 299. I'm taking a long on Tesla. So let's see if it holds the 297 area. I've been long biased on Tesla. It showcased a little, it showcases a strength, but doesn't have a continuation. And that's where the problem is. I have been able to capture some good moves on Tesla, but the continuation isn't there. So let's see if this time it has a continuation on it. There's a little bit of selling pressure. It's below the VWAP. It is gonna chop around a little bit, but once it claims the VWAP, then I'll add more. Currently, I'm just trying to trade with a tier 1 size. So let's see how this behaves. I'm still long. It could just be choppy too. Let's see. The buyers are trying to hold. It seems like it wants to pop. Oh, it popped. Very nice. Let's see if it holds this. Let's see if 299 was the area that was rejected. Popped to 299, and now it's not able to hold it. Now it's trapping a lot of buyers who are trying to step in. But let's see if it absorbs here. I want to see some absorption here. No. Now Tesla coming back up. Let's see if it able to absorb all of the buyers now. Again, it's sold off. Yeah, it's finding difficult to absorb everything. I think it's gonna stop me out below 296.50. That's what my stop loss is. I'm adding more, guys. I'm adding more on Tesla. I think it has a chance to bounce. And if I'm wrong on the trade, I'm not gonna lose much. So let's see. I think now the sellers are taking over. The more it stays here, it's not gonna be good for me. It should bounce from here. Okay, again, sellers take over. I think it's gonna stop me out very quickly. Let's see if it bounces to the high. Okay, stopped out. Stopped out below 296.50. So yeah, no continuation on the upside. I've been bullish on Tesla, and it has been showcasing interest on the bullishness. So another stop out on it. Yeah, now it's coming back up. Yeah, I'm gonna wait a little bit if I have to get back in. I'm a little emotional with Tesla too, so I don't wanna. Okay, I'm getting back in, guys. I'm getting back in. One more chat try. One more try for it to bounce. Let's see. Yeah, no continuation again. This should have bounced by now. This is gonna be my last trade on Tesla. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then I'm not gonna. But this is my 6th trade on it. Okay, now it bounced. Let's see if it continues. If it continues, continue. Again, rejected. Yeah, it's bouncing, but it's not holding, which is not a good sign. I want it to hold. Yeah, I'm getting out, guys. No more trade on Tesla. So I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 trade on Tesla. And I think the market is like that. The market is just selling off and it's trying to bounce, but it's taking over to the downside. I had first trade, profitable trade, second trade, profitable trade, third trade, profitable trade. I thought this was going to go to the high of the day. Fourth trade, break even. Fifth trade stopped out. Sixth and seventh trade stopped out. So 3 stop outs and 4 trades. And let me go over the thesis behind this thing, right? So, and it looks like a lot of triangles, but that's how I trade. It's not, yeah. Let me decrease the size of the triangle. And let's look at this. So if you look at this, it popped up. I think this was the opening range breakup, but I was waiting for it to hold right here. Then that's where I went long. It popped up right here, scaled out. I was looking for it to go to 305 and hold higher and then go higher. Then stopped out at break even. I did not touch this at this. I was thinking of it would hold at the VWAP, then I would go long, but did not touch it. Then the third trade that I took was 295 was an important level and it bounced and then it pulled back. And that's why I started looking at scaling out on my position, scaling into the position, and then looking for the break of high, which again did not work out. And the 295 again held. I think this was the trade. This was the trade I was thinking it would worked very nicely, where I went long here, scaled out like this, added more, scaled out like this, and then added more, then stopped out. This is break even. So made money on that trade. And then, yeah, now it's coming back up. That idiot piece of garbage. I knew it's gonna was gonna pop up. Yeah. I saw it. I think maybe it's just following the SPY. The SPY is backing up too. So yeah, it's a chop. Actually, it's a chop. To be honest, like this one, usually when a stock is like it bounced from 295 again, popped up, held, and this is where I was thinking it should continue to the upside. And the buyers were stepping in too. It's not something that I was blindly looking for something. The buyers kept stepping in, but they were not holding. And that's why I have to manage my risk, stopped out. and this was in front of you guys. So this was the same thesis, same plan. But just that usually when the buyers are not that aggressive, they tend to chop around, and I don't like to be a part of that. So that's what I did. I took Apple. That was a miss on. So at the open, I took two trades on Apple. First at the open short, 242 was the level that I was interested in, shorted. It did not, it dropped, but no continuation. And it popped out and was actually made a new, it turned out to be an opening range break up than the down. I was looking, it dropped like this much, but then it popped up very quickly. So that was a stop out. And then second trade, I shorted like this and just chickened out a little bit when it came back, because when it dropped like that, I don't expect it to come back above 243. And that's where I stopped out. But this could have been a very nice trade. So that was two trades on Apple. And there was one trade on NVDA. And NVIDIA was, I missed the short on it, but I tried to long it once and stopped out on that. So overall, I just traded Tesla, but Tesla wasn't turned out to be the. Now it's holding above 298. I'm very much interested to go long one more time on Tesla. I think Tesla has a chance. But again, the SPY, it's just following SPY so much. So if you look at the SPY's been choppy and it's not trying to go up, but Tesla has this buyers. And I see that on the tape. Now I'm trying to look for if I can get a good entry to get in. But Tesla definitely has those buyers, and 295 is holding. So the way you change a triangle size is like you go to config area. Under the config area, you can see the triangle size right here, and you can change whatever the size you want. And you can select the accounts, everything. My account is gonna pop up if I drop down. But this is, I think Tesla has a chance to go up, guys. I think it has a chance to go up. So let's see if it is. Gives me one more chance to take this trade. Tesla is bullish. Let's see if Tesla gives us a chance to get back in. How much are you trading in general? What does it mean? Ladud. So I have a 300,000 account. I trade with $300,000 account. And my average days are 0.1% to 1.5%. That's what my average days looks like. But today I am slightly down on the day. I think Tesla is giving me that FOMO. Nothing else is interesting. Anything else is interesting right now? Hood was a very good shot. Yeah, max sounds are choppy. Yeah, looking at NVIDIA. What is NVIDIA doing? Yeah, NVIDIA is looking for a bounce, but again, it's again into the choppy atmosphere. Tesla wants to get out of it. Tesla is looking that it wants to get out of it above 300. It's been trending lower, but I'm taking a long, guys, on Tesla. Not a big size, very small size. We'll add in around 298. If it pulls back to 298 and holds, then I'll add in. It's just giving me that FOMO, so I'll rather have like a nibble size than completely out of it. If it goes above 300, I would add more. If it comes to 298, I would add more. Below 298, I would be thinking of stopping out. So Tesla is popping up, guys. That if that 297 trade would have worked, I would have been such a nice position right now. But let's see. Very nice. Selling a little bit. Now, if it pops above 300, I would be looking to add more to the position. So now SPY is popping up too. That was a very strong bounce. Let's see if it gives us a chance to go. So it's holding, it's trying to hold the 300s. Let's see. SPY also has come above the VWAP. Now it is very good. It's holding 300. So we'll see if I can add more to the position. Yeah, and 300 is gonna break, and 305 could be in the picture today. If the SPY is holding to be strong, I want to see how the SPY that today Tesla has been trading just like SPY. And that's why I'm a little it doesn't have a price action of its own. So now let's see if it holds 300. It's holding the 300 for sure. Let's see if it dips below 300. It's coming back. Adding more on Tesla, the SPY dropped. The SPY was a very bad drop. What happened? Did anybody say anything? Yeah, now that ad won't work. Let's see. Why did SPY drop that much? That was a complete engulfing and loss of VWAP on a SPY. So Tesla seems like it wants to claim the 300 again. Yeah, that SPY is selling off completely. Yeah, SPY, the Tesla must seems like it wants to. Tesla is holding though. Okay, I'm adding more on Tesla. I'm just trying to see if the SPY doesn't impact Tesla's price action. Oh, it does. Yeah, now I'll have to get out, guys. That's not good. That SPY sold off really bad. Last chance for Tesla to work. Again, this thing. Tesla is trying to bounce, but the SPY is selling off, which is not giving me a great conviction. Yeah, this is exactly at my break-even point. Okay, getting out. Getting out. The SPY is selling off. That's the whole problem. Yeah, not gonna touch it anymore. I am just too biased on Tesla, which is on the long side, and now I am just gonna keep losing money. See, the SPY is selling off, but the Tesla isn't. And I'm gonna make an ass out of myself in the YouTube by doing this, getting back in again. It still looks long though. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch Tesla today. I'm emotional now. So this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 trades on it. Why do I think I should go again? Yeah, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm just playing very emotionally. I think it would go. I think a very good chance it goes. Even after this sell-off, the Tesla didn't drop off, which tells me a lot of things. So Tesla has a chance to go, but now I'm not gonna touch it. I'm done with Tesla. Yeah, let's look for something else. I'm not gonna touch Tesla. Not anymore. So NVDA is anything that is interesting right now? NVIDIA is around that area, 120, 119. And now till 5 is normally a bullish period as you don't know. Okay. So what do you trade, T-Man? What did you trade? You're done? I mean, NVIDIA, it looks like, yeah, it's things are weak, and that's why the bounces are not continuing. Things are very weak. And use NVIDIA to 119 hood. Yeah, not a clean day for me, guys. Andrew traded really well. It's amazing how he took NVIDIA, not NVIDIA, the PLTR. Now yeah, Tesla is selling off. Now I'm thinking I don't want to short it. That would be very weird. NVIDIA, yeah, NVIDIA is looking weak too. Hood is looking weak too. And when is the tariff news coming? Oh yeah, Trump is gonna do something today, right? With that? Yeah, I don't have my Benzinga on. Or tomorrow? Yeah, Tesla is now selling off. Apple is selling off. Where's Apple? Let's see what Apple is trying to do. Apple sold off from 242. 242 has been that resistance area. NVIDIA. Yeah, there's nothing that interests me right now, except for Tesla, which I'm not gonna touch. I think Tesla can chop around more than I think. I'm taking a shot on Apple, guys. I'm taking a shot on Apple. Let's see if it has that continuation. There's no volume on this. See if it drops. Here we go. Ah, what a drop. That was a nice drop. Very nice drop on Apple. Boom, boom. Okay, covering some. Very nice. Yeah. Why to trade Tesla when you have Apple? So let's look at let's see if it bounces and drops. Let's go, let's see. The next thing that I'll be looking at is the pre-market low, which is 240.67, and the low of the day, which is 240. But let's see if it's gonna bounce before it does that, or will it sell off? Because SPY is weak. The shorts are gonna work better than the longs. And things are getting selling off too everywhere. Anybody take that, Apple? Or YouTube is a little delayed, so you might not see it. Today we're gonna miss Avi. Avi is out sick. Okay, dropped to covering some at the pre-market low. Oh, you shot it too, Kuldeep. Very nice. 241.17. Very nice. Yeah, now let's see how it consolidates here. It could be just if the SPY is at the low of the day, Qs are at low of the day as well. If they get quite extended, then Apple can go to low of the day as well. If they get aggressive right here. If that happens, then very quickly you'll see the 240 hit on Apple. Things are getting very aggressive on the selling side. The SPY is actually at the low of the day. So let's see how it reacts around that area. Okay, Apple dropped to, let's see. Can you talk about why you saw Apple short today? I was feeling long on it because it's been holding way better than the market since the Baba news. So let's talk about it actually. The reason I looked at a short. So first of all, this is the range, right? So this was, it broke out of this range, 235, very nice rally, and then it sold off really bad and then pulled back, and now it's making higher high at this 250, rejected really hard, very quick drop to 230, right? And now it's trying to form like some kind of a channel right here to on this, right? This is kind of a channel where it bounced from right here on Friday, and then this is the channel where it rejected from. So this is the information that I'm getting, that yes, and when you look at the big picture time frame, this is more like a bear flag, right? This is where it does, then this is the inverted flag that we talk about, or the bear flag that we talk about. So this is on a big picture. This is what I'm looking for, right? This is where, and now it's in the channel. Now let's go into a specific day. What I saw was that it really very strong. It did not go to 230. I think it went to 236 or something. If you look at the previous day, if I look at the like here, there is a print for 230, but I don't think it went to 230. And even on a 1 minute chart, if you look at it, it was just a one print that actually came in, but it actually held the 236. It held the 236 area very nicely, and then broke out of it before the close, and then was Apple and NVDA. They were the only tickers today that were actually gapped down, and every ticker was actually gapped up. So there was a relative weakness on Apple. So what I thought was, okay, if like all the Max 7, everything was gapped up, but only Apple was actually gapped down. So I was like, okay, if it is gapped down, that means there's a relative weakness. There is a sign of weakness to it. And I would be wanting to see where did this, what do you call, where is the level that I can trade against. So if you look at it, this was the hold on the couple of days before, then it sold off, and then it came bounced at 242, the same area, and then sold off, and then it closed at 242 on the other day. So 242 becomes an important level for me. And once that level is there, then I'm trying to get into how can I execute it. So at the open right here, my system has gone really slow. So at the open, at this point, I was like, okay, it popped up very quickly and very quickly rejected. I shorted it. It dropped close to $1. But I was looking for a very quick continuation on the downside. But very quickly, it popped back up and I stopped out without taking any profits. Now on the second one, oops, there's some issue that is happening with doing this. So then it sold off really high. And I think this was the time when the SPY was very weak at this area. I was like, okay, now this pullback is maybe it could just do a reversal. If it comes back below 242, I will add more for the downside. But I got stopped out before it came back to 242, and I missed this move on it. But 242 was my place to trade on the short side, not on the long side. And now SPY being weak too, so my intention is to try to take that trade using this. So when it tried to break above 242 again, a couple of times, it tried to break above 242, came back down. I might want to short this area as well. Like if I would have seen it, I would have shorted it, but it wouldn't have worked out. It would have stopped me out. But then once it came back again, that's where you want to short the 242 again. But now I missed this particular move on the downside. Now I'm waiting for the pullback. Where is the pullback where it can actually, I can trade against? I think this is the area that I want to trade against. So if this comes in, then this is I'm gonna trade. And then if it pulls back here and then rejects again, it can continue on the downside, but we'll see how it goes. If it comes back above 241.50, that's where I get stopped out. There's nothing wrong with getting stopped out. It's just that is your planning or is your thesis or is your game plan matching with what you traded? So hope this makes sense. Diego. Now this is a good area for if it rejects, I'm gonna let's see if give me a chance to the SPY is bouncing. Tesla is coming back up too. Now you might be looking for a bounce on a SPY, but later in the day it might sell off again to 590. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm actually setting it up as a break even. I don't want to give it more room for it to go against me. Tesla is looking like it wants to go break the 300s. Okay, I got stopped out break even on Apple. Yeah, no continuation for me on Apple either. Tesla looks like it wants to break. Tesla is actually back into the break of this thing. Yeah, Tesla has a relative strength on it, and that's why I'm like bullish on Tesla than bearish. With Apple, I felt like I had a relative weakness, and now Tesla is gonna, I think, if this breaks, I think it goes to 305. Amazon, what's Amazon doing? Yeah, Amazon sold off really bad. What is Amazon? 210. Yeah, Tesla broke out, guys. Nothing on. That's a miss. Yeah, Tesla broke out. Yeah, now the real volume comes in. Yeah, this was the move that I was looking for on Tesla. And so that's the nature of trading, guys. I think sometimes you'll catch it, sometimes you'll like here, if this the same move, if this would have happened here, just because you don't know when the real buyers are going to step in, which are going to move the price. You're looking at the buyers are stepping in, stepping in, but that real breakout buyers, and that's why it's like it gives you an advantage to get in before the breakout happens, but you tend to stop out a lot as well because the confirmation, you're not waiting for the confirmation to happen. You're anticipating that the confirmation will happen. But that's the consequence of, or that's the price that you pay uh, to get better entries and better executions. And once these things work out, that's where you increase your risk reward exponentially. Yeah, now it has a very good chance to break to the highs. The volume that came in on Tesla here, there's a very good chance it holds. It's 3% up. I think Tesla has a chance to go to 5%, which is broke 302. Yeah, anybody take Tesla today? This is a nice breakout. I think it's gonna break the highs, which is 303 right today. 303.94 is the high of the day. Yeah, what a miss on Tesla, guys. This is gonna go. This is a breakout that's gonna go. Unless SPY does something. I think this is a very good chance it goes. But now I'm not gonna get in because I missed the entry. If I don't have a right entry, I just sometimes you just have to watch it go, and it doesn't give me a good risk reward either. Like I might capture $1 or two, but I don't take trades because to capture $1 or two. If things trade work out, they tend to work out for me like $7 to $8 or $10 on a Tesla. Yeah, this trade, the one that I took on the third one, which is like long at 295, it went to 301. That was a 6 point move. But again, it's like I was looking for the break of the high, which was like my major exits come at around the 304 area, which are usually break of the highs or lows. That's how I trade, but it never did. So Did not make a lot of money out of it. Yeah, nothing else. I might even call it a day, guys. This is not my, I don't usually trade for all day. I usually trade until 11, 12 max. So Tesla seems like it has a very good chance to go for the highs. It is holding up pretty nicely. Rest everything else is like kind of choppy. NVDA is choppy. Apple came back to 242 again. And Apple does that. Apple, when it has a value area, they just chop around here and there. So only if the SPY was very weak at those areas at the lows, then it would have had a chance to sell off. But if it doesn't, it's back into the break even. Sorry, it's good to out at the break even, and then now it's bouncing. Now, if it see a selling around 242, then it might be a good trade. But until that, it's Amazon is bouncing. Amazon dropped from 214 to 208. Yeah, Tesla is eventually grinding higher to the high of the day. Okay, what else? Anybody has any questions, anything that they want to discuss? So could it be an idea to snipe possibilities, since it seems to be... I didn't get your question, Fire Guy. Maybe I'm not reading it right, but I didn't understand your question. Uh, do you take an account on the opening print, long or short? I do have, so the white line that you see in front of me, that is an opening print. That is an opening price. I don't take it as an account, to be honest. I just use it to get an idea how far is it from the opening price. But I don't usually use it as a support or a resistance. It's just that the reference point. Then how many tries do you take for entry? I mean, when do you stop entry if you are wrong? 2 times or 3 times? Or I don't usually have a specific number of limit, Tanzan. Usually I like to you know, I like to see it on the tape, and like to see the buyers stepping in on the tape. I like to see it first before I take my entries. And if I don't see it, I would not take. Sometimes it takes 2 tries, sometimes it takes 1 try, sometimes it takes 3 tries. Like in today's Tesla, it took me 7 tries, but I still didn't catch it. The move that I was anticipating. I did catch a little bit, the little bit of move here and there, but not the major move. But I saw buyers. End of the day, what I saw was there are buyers in like my bias was also long, but I saw them so to be able to take entry on them. And after like 6 or 7, if it still it's not working out for me, I'll just maybe call it a day. Maybe I'm not looking things right. So that's why I would like stop it. Quick question. How many? So Ahmed, I trade price action and tape, but I do have usually my strategies are around the breakouts. That's what my niche is. I'm not good with reversals. I'm not good with, but breakouts and continuations are something usually with the trend are as a part of my trade book. Does just the act of someone, an institution shorting or some stock somehow drive the price of a said? It depends, Amanda, how continuation, like if somebody is shorting, it would drop the price of a stock, but how aggressive that institution is. Is it just a shorting like few 100,000 shares, or is it shorting like 50 million shares? So if they have a big order to fill, you will see a continuous dip in the prices as it's the orders, the bids are stepping down, and you will see that continuation. That's why you'll see a big trend upwards or the downwards, because they have big orders to fill. Oh, it's already 12:02. Guys, do join me tomorrow with Avi. I'll answer all the remaining questions. I'm sorry, I have to wrap it up, but have a great rest of the day. See you guys tomorrow in the YouTube at 11 a.m. Take care, guys.